Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2 New York.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What up? I'm Carlin. He's Bart. It's ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be over there subscribing and watching and commenting and all that crap. Good morning.
It is no TV. I'm excited, man. Listen, I don't know what they feeding these kids, rocket fuel or ethanol, whatever they putting in them gas tanks, but, man, those dudes was fast.
I mean, is there anybody that didn't run a 4.3 this weekend, even the 400-pound lineman?
You know, the crazy thing is it used to be everybody from Ohio State ran a 4.2, but they ran it at their pro day, and we know that is like 38 yards, not really downhill. You know
I was trying to explain to my sister called me over the weekend because there's a kid from West Orange who's a wide receiver, and I don't think he was at the combine, but that he was training for all this stuff. And my sister was asking about him, and she said, well, what do they do? And I said, they train specifically for these actual things they get tested on, and then it doesn't really tell you all that much ultimately about what kind of football player they are.
Yeah, you got to go back to the fan. But I tell you what, guys who helped their stock, and really to me, both New York teams are going to find themselves in a pickle. I mean, because was it Fanu?
Mm-hmm.
He looked amazing.
Yeah, the tackle. Yeah.
Giants can need a right tackle, establish and solidify their offensive line to make it above average. But how do you get past Jeremiah Love?
I mean, I know people are going to go nuts about that, but I'm not going to lie. It's a temptation with that
4-3-6.
It is a temptation with that guy, and this is a much different situation than it was when they drafted Saquon and they didn't have answers at other positions, and they were a complete mess on the offensive line. At least now you can say they're not a complete mess.
Right.
But at any rate, we will get to all of that throughout the course of the show. Bart?
Bing bong.
There's one obstacle standing between the Knicks and a championship, and it's your Detroit Pistons. Because for whatever reason, they seem to have an incredible amount of success, whether it's matchups or whatever it is, against the San Antonio Spurs. And what do you know? The Knicks seem to have their number. And the only team, I'm saying this somewhat tongue-in-cheek, okay? Somewhat tongue-in-cheek. The only team you got to worry about right now is the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't lying. I mean, because you talk about the Spurs on 11-game winning streak. Knicks made it look relatively easy. I know, like, it's times where Brunson goes on the bench and it's like, oh, God. Let's just hold on. It's not. I don't know who. Like,
yeah, no. It's a don't take on too much water. 4-minute segment or whatever.
The only other team that it drops off so significantly like that is Denver. Like when Jokic ain't out there, but you know what? Bridges came to life. You know, we kick him when he plays bad. We gotta congratulate him. He shot the ball beautifully yesterday, but you know, I think they just styles make fights, and for whatever reason, Cat plays well. I guess because Wemby's not intimidating, even though he's intimidating as far as blocking the ball, he's not physically intimidating. You know what I mean? Because he's basically Slender Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like he's beating up on you and you got to feel his strength.
But what I honestly couldn't believe is every time I see him play, and yes, because of the length, it's not just we're afraid to get the shot blocked. It's I'm just trying to get over his hand, and it's going to make it a worse shot.
Right. The arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Slender Man, and listen, he caught a body again yesterday. I don't even think he jumped off the ground more than two inches, when he yammed on OG, caught a body. And at this point, like, he catching people. People don't even he don't even get credit for it, man.
Yeah.
Like, guys, shout out to OG. He tried.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
did.
mean? And the fact that, you're able to stop this team that's been on a roll, that's probably the biggest threat to OKC. The Knicks have a better matchup with they match up better against San Antonio than they do against OKC.
Yes. And here's what you have going in your favor, though, is that the Spurs match up very well against Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And I think they played them, including the NBA Cup, like 5 times this year.
Yeah,
and they've beaten them 4 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it 4 out of 5?
I believe that is.
Man, that's almost the biggest discrepancy of Detroit whooping the Knicks ass.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
But
the Knicks have beaten the Spurs 3 times this year.
And the thing is, right, so the Knicks lose to Cleveland. They lose to they didn't lose to the Spurs. So it's like the only teams that kind of – I think Cleveland could be tricky for the Knicks too, just because James Harden, for some reason, they play well. I don't know what it is there, but that seems like more of a fair of a fight. So I'm trying to figure out what is it 3, 4? It's definitely 3 to avoid the Pistons in the second round. But, man, like, how do you stay away from Cleveland too and go another route to be I
think that's very hard. I think then you have to start talking about Cleveland losing in the first round. That's how you avoid Cleveland. Like, listen, I got to be honest.
No fear of Cleveland?
Not really.
Playoff Harden?
Not yet.
Playoff Donovan Mitchell?
Not yet. Not Mitchell more so than Harden, but not.
Well,
not
they both have come up short.
Yes, they
so
have.
you have 2 guys who have come up short, Donovan Mitchell and Harden on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
They've only lost 1 game since Harden has been there.
I believe that's correct.
And
it's
he's
either one
missed
or
1
2.
game, and they won yesterday without Donovan Mitchell.
They lost the game right before they played the Knicks.
Right,
and that was it.
So Mike Brown, bro, balls in your court.
Well,
sometimes better to be lucky than good. And I know we have to talk about what if Jason Tatum comes, Jaylen Brown again, proving me right. As far as how I felt about him as a basketball player, maybe even if Tatum comes back, that can mess up the flow.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, I'm saying a lot of what I'm saying still tongue-in-cheek, okay? Because I think there are a lot of people – you already threw a 20 in there for the week?
Yeah, well, because
Bart just threw it. By the way, we're going to have a discussion about this situation later on. I come back, and the the fine jar is empty because Dave stayed an hour and a half the other day when I wasn't here. Dan sitting in traffic. Dan, did anybody tip you off there's traffic coming into New York? 4 hours worth. My God.
I had to show Dave some love, man. That was.
But you said to Dave, hey, you can take the jar, and he took it?
He deserved it. Like, I wanted him to go get something to eat. You know what I mean? We're still trying to figure out the
There's like 60-some bucks in that jar.
Yeah.
We pick each other up. We don't ask for anything in return.
Well, John was giving some solutions, some answers. I didn't like any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John was coming in like, maybe we give you like a bagel or something. Like, come on, you got to give him a little bit more than that. Like,
maybe we give you a bagel.
Like, come on, John. Like, give him a comp day, half day pay or something like that, time and a half or something. No, usually somebody fills in.
You should have given him a comp day.
It's like first segment, 10, 20.
No, it was an hour and a half.
Yeah, he damn near did the whole. If Michael K would have been after us, he would have did the whole damn show.
So I didn't hear the whole thing. I went down in Florida for 2 days to get into the sun, and I landed and got in the car and I turned it on. I was listening.
I mean, you got a little bit more color underneath.
It's just a red mark, a little bit. You
got a rotisserie out that thing. See, like when you got to intensify, you got to put like the sun tan lotion on. You know what I mean, to magnify your skin.
Yeah. Well, my skin's plenty magnified. Anyway, I turned it on and it was like noon. And it was right as you were talking about the Jermaine Johnson trade.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that through the course of the show too. It's just Dave took the money. He took the money.
I wanted him to. I insisted. I took it out the jar and I threw it at him. It was no way that he was not leaving out here with the cheese on the taco, man.
I don't know. It's
hour and a half. That is real. An hour and a half with me. I damn near got him thrown off the air twice.
John should have given him a comp day for that. If it's an hour and a half, like that's a show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was John doing a bad job. So I blame John. So when John said he wasn't gonna get a comp day, because I brought it up, I was just like,
no, with as early as they get up, they absolutely should have gotten a comp day. John will give Rick a comp day for getting a haircut.
Yeah.
Like Rick, whoever whoever his agent is, and he said this to me the other day off the air about his superpower. He said, my superpower is negotiating contracts. Well, clearly. Between here and the Islanders, yeah, I would say that is your superpower. That is a pretty good superpower to have. But with Dave, you got to give him a comp day in that spot. But then if you're Dave, you're taking the money. I don't know if you can take the money.
That's because he didn't get the comp day.
All right.
Come on, Jeezy.
All right, I'll let that go.
Jeezy, be better than that, Jeezy.
Yeah, Johnny Pickens has got to be better than that.
Yeah, a whole half a show. Like, it was cute. Like, first segment, then, like, Dan called in. It was like funny, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
1 hour later, like, oh, damn. Like, take the money, man.
Did Dan come in with a bagel and Starbucks at that point?
He stopped at the coffee machine.
Well, listen, I don't blame him. We've all been in that kind of traffic. I mean, I've been doing it for a year and a half and haven't hit it, but that's okay.
Jersey can be brutal.
That traffic can happen. I understand. But back to what we were talking about with the Knicks. Listen, I can get as excited as I want to about winning games like that. Because of the inconsistency factor, still do not treat them on the level of those teams, even though they beat the Spurs, and they have beaten the Spurs. And as you often say, styles make fights.
Yep.
All of this is true. I still don't know that actually translates to anything when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't either.
So it's hard for me to take that all seriously when I see this team be as inconsistent as I can see them be.
Because listen to what we're saying. We're saying, they match up well against the Spurs. That would mean that a lot of good stuff happened for them to get to the promised land.
Yes.
Tatum seems like he's inching towards maybe trying to come back. I don't know why. Maybe they feel like they are a championship team, but I just think that's going to mess up all the chemistry of what Jaylen Brown did. So the Knicks, if they can get on a run and they can figure out a way how to solve that Pistons puzzle, if they get the matchup that they want, I mean, it is so much pressure on this team, man, because the window is so tight. I mean, because you look at what I know it doesn't mean anything now, but if you look at how Atlanta plays with Kuminga right now, Kuminga has been unleashed, and I think he is the next star in this league.
It's about time.
Yeah, I mean, and it brings up a crazy point, like how young players can't play with Steph Curry. Moody hasn't become who he wanted to be. Wiseman didn't become what he wanted to be. And that's a whole nother conversation. Just like LeBron, young players don't flourish with LeBron because, you've heard, I forgot who that was, a former player that's like, yeah, it's all about Steph, which it should be, right? But, a guy like Kuminga, it's great to see him, like, smiling. I've never seen a guy smile so much. He can't close his mouth. I didn't even know he had teeth in Golden State. But, I mean, he's been putting on the show, man. It's been good to find. So, like, who knows what they're going to be? Because who's the young guy they got that's like a little Cade Cunningham but plays great defense?
On the Spurs?
No, on the Hawks.
Oh, I'm not sure who you're talking about.
First time All-Star. I'll find it. But, like, so, like, the rest of the Eastern Conference are getting good really fast. We got
Jalen Johnson?
Yeah, Jalen Johnson. Okay. And you got Halliburton coming back. So if the Knicks don't do it this year, man, it's going to be way harder, twice as hard next year.
Well, this comment afterward caught my attention when it comes to the Knicks and exactly just how good they are or how seriously anybody else takes them. This was Victor Wembanyama asked if he was surprised by the Knicks defense.
I was surprised. It feels like they're a good basketball team. They're not like the nastiest ugly team, They're not an ugly team to watch, but they made our game ugly.
Yeah, that kind of struck me as, all right.
Oh, yeah, we
They're not
played,
that great, though.
Yeah, we played with our food. I actually went out to a French restaurant. I went to Per Se yesterday and had an 18-course meal, you know what I'm saying? And, I underestimated them. I think that the Knicks just haven't got the Spurs' full attention, right? When you're in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, now everybody wants to come and shine in Madison Square Garden, of course. But I just think that, the Spurs really haven't given the attention to kind of see how the Knicks are playing them. And, they should because they took the trophy from them. And, they played so well against them. But I don't think they see them as a threat. And the fact that they say they're not a nasty team, that's another slap in the face. I think somebody need to come across the head of Wemby next time. Well, if they can get to the head. You know what I mean? Come across.
Get a broom.
Yeah. Come across his head or something because, like, I think that he think y'all soft or candy. You know what I'm saying? He probably thinking, like, man, like, they cool, but they're kind of like nice guys. And I think that's a perception that the Knicks get. They'll play defense and they got athletes, but they kind of like, you can tell it's a bunch of nice guys.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Yeah.
That would bother me if I was a Knicks fan because there was a lot of
they're cute little teams.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of that in the comment. And I'm not bothered by the comment. I'm bothered by the truth of the comment.
Exactly.
So if I'm really upset about it, you can get mad at Wembanyama, but really what you're just mad at is you know he ain't lying.
Yeah.
And that's been our biggest concern about all this, which is, again, why I'm not taking them all that seriously as of yet, even though they go out and they beat the Spurs like that. It's everybody else, man. It's when they lose games that they shouldn't lose. It's when they play horrible defense. And the defense lately, I can't knock it, okay? I think it's something like over the last 10 games, the Knicks have the best defensive rating in the league right now.
Yeah, but in the games where against opponents that they shouldn't lose to. Like I'm only concerned with those statistics when they're against teams above 500. Like, and we know like what part of the schedule they're in. This the meat and potatoes, like where we're going to really see what they're all about, right? This is a time where we see if the Knicks are contenders or pretenders. You know what I'm saying? Like I can care less about these fluffed up games that they have against not great opponents. I want to see what they do around the people that they have to like that they may see in the playoff caliber teams. And we'll see, like, because like sometimes scheduling losses and scheduling wins are inside of schedules and teams just don't show up. So that's my biggest concern. And can Mike Brown keep this team motivated to step on the gas and find the next gear, right? Because I feel like they haven't found the next gear. And sometimes teams that are older, that have experience, they kind of land the weeds and they get better as the season go on. Like it's levels to it. You know, we got the regular season intensity, the post-Christmas intensity, the after the All-Star intensity. So I want to see can Mike Brown get this team playing at a higher level going, coming to the end.
Well, you know what changes it? Bridges. Bridges changes the whole thing if he could ever find it.
He's the most inconsistent player. It's so freaking frustrating.
You see games like yesterday, and not just scoring 25, talking about defending, but doing the other things that he does. That is the Bridges you thought you were getting. And not even to score 25 a game. If you're talking about, 18, I'd be fine with all that if you got everything else that goes with it. If you're talking about taking him to the next level, there's one answer, and it's him. And I can't have that be an answer when I don't really believe that he's capable of doing it. He's never shown me that he is.
Because we got to see him do it against professional scorers. Now, listen, like, good thing they beat the Spurs because next up is Toronto, who's a good team. OKC, Shea Gilly's back. Denver. And then it's always tricky when you deal with a brick because, like, he loves putting on the show. You know what I mean? And I think they're in Los Angeles, right? So, like, this is a nice little 4-game stretch where it could decide, 3 or 4.
Couple of interesting comments here I want to get to out of the chat. It is at the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Go there, subscribe, and be a part of the chat. Watch the show there. And this is from Brian Hurdle. Knicks are a Western Conference-style team in New York.
Nah, I
think they're kind of in between.
Yeah, because, like, OKC gets at it after it defensively. They're a deep team that comes at you. Well, Denver, when Aaron Gordon is there, is a different team defensively. I feel like Ant-Man and with Rudy Gobert, that's a team, with Randall and who's my guy? Can't think of his name. The center. They play nasty. They can match up. Yeah, Nas Reed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know if they – maybe – I feel like the Eastern Conference, just because it's known to be like a conference that really can't win the championship. Seems like this is the Western Conference type of window. We always equate that with defense and toughness, and the West Coast with like flash and all-stars and stuff like that, glitz and glam. And maybe the Knicks are a team that's built that way because Wemby's talking about, they're not nasty.
Well, no, what they are is a team that is built that in order to win a championship, it has to be a very specific path there.
Yeah.
Like they have to hope for other things to happen outside of what they're doing along the way. They have to hope that somehow San Antonio can beat Oklahoma City because it's a much better matchup for them and they'd have a chance there. They have to hope that maybe Cleveland gets knocked off in round one. You know, they get upset, which I don't necessarily see happening. Those are things that you have to hope for, and that's the problem with the Knicks team. There's no aspect of them that you would sit there and say, I don't care who we play.
Yeah, exactly. Like
There's none of that.
This team is supposed to be all-weather, all-purpose, and it's not.
Yep.
It's very specific. They got to get a path. And who knows? Like maybe they can be like the Patriots of the East, like get some good fortune. And sometimes better, I say like all the time, it's better to be lucky than good. And maybe the Knicks can be both.
A couple of other comments coming in. Tsunami wants to know, why does Dave get that money? Dan deserves that money over Dave. I mean, if we're being truthful here, and no offense to Dan, I get it. Hey, you were late. No matter how it happened. No matter how it happened, you were late.
Yeah.
I mean, you think Tom Coughlin cares about what the traffic looks like?
You got paid for being in traffic.
Yeah. They should have docked Dan the half comp day and give the half comp day over to Dave. That's what they should do. Dave didn't, MB 516, Dave didn't want to take the money. Bart made him take it. Dave said no 3 times.
Yes.
And Bart forced him to take it.
I did.
You didn't tie him down and put your knee in his back.
I was like, put it in your pocket. You take it out. I'm going to choke the hell out of you.
Aid, Knicks have the Spurs number. We don't care. Okay. I mean, listen.
But you got to get there. That's the problem. We don't think we don't know if they can get there.
It reminds me of, remember the Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade?
Yeah.
Toward the end, where he's got to step on the right stones.
Right.
That's what it feels like. The Knicks have to step on the right stones to get over to even where the bridge is.
Exactly.
It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you should go, you should watch, you should take part in the discussion there. It's your easiest way to do it. You can also do it at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. You getting out of town the weekend? A little something out of the weekend? What'd you do?
Just get a little sunlight a little bit. AZ.
I really am, the gray is freaking killing.
And then when we got the storm, now listen, I anticipated that the snow was going to be like the first snow and be around. Now, New York and pretty much everywhere has done a great job in like making you forget that it was like the end of day snow last week.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like it's still represented because of the heat. But yeah, that was just another gut punch.
See, my wife knows that like every year, and she's more than good with just getting me the hell out of there.
Yeah.
It's just like, go do something for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And, get the sunshine or whatever. I got it for about a day and a half.
Yeah.
Then the rest of it was gray.
Because you got a travel day, though, too.
Right.
So it's
but that was fine. Like, that doesn't bother me because I'll always take the earlier flight. I'll get down there. I'll get, just go to Florida.
Yeah.
Flight's cheap. They try to make it work. No problem. I get there, and I got the gray on Friday a lot of the day. And then I come back, and I wake up yesterday morning, and it was literally hailing at my house in New Jersey. It was literally hailing.
Yeah, when I land.
And I'm just like, what am I doing here? Why am I here?
What decisions did I make in my life that put me in this spot?
Like, is it just getting older?
No.
Or you just don't want to deal with this anymore?
No, because it's been 10 years since we've seen this type of consistent weather.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
what it is, and we're not accustomed to it. Just think how fortunate we've been the last couple of years. We got 1 snow last year.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like the ones we've gotten.
It was like warm in November, December, January. February was the only winter that we had. And this year, it's just brutal, man.
I have that seasonal depression.
It'll break you.
I'm broken. I'm broken. And I even got out of it for 2 days. Oh, it felt good. And then it's like,
gotta go back. Gotta go back.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
In the Bronx, what a major mess on the Major Deegan Expressway northbound side by 161st Street north of Yankee Stadium. Vehicle fire, 2 right lanes are closed. Finally, some improvement. FDR Drive, pothole repairs have been completed southbound by 79th Street. All lanes have just been reopened. On the island, the LIE westbound by Motor Parkway, exit 55, a crash. Left lane is blocked. And on Staten Island, eastbound 278, very slow. Into at exit 7 for Richmond Avenue, an accident, 1 lane blocked. 1 and 9 southbound side, lane closures down by Newark Airport and Haynes Avenue with an overturned tractor trailer from earlier this morning. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet. From director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes, the AFI hails Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now, the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Gold is now over $5,100 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 2 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly, professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Get some cash in your hands today at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high, and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I love it. Bart's ripping on guys who are bench pressing. It's not a real rep.
No, for real. That's what they're talking about. Jordan Tyson. Like, he was like, yeah, he like hunching his whole body up. Like, first of all, you're not supposed to be able to bounce it off your chest, like let it fall on your chest, bounce off. And then he's like, he basically getting it past the sticking point. Everybody knows that benches, the hardest part is getting it past when it's touching your chest, past a certain point. And then after a while, it's just all lockout after that. He got 26 as a receiver. I counted one real rep. I counted one. I'm like, hold up, bro. So I get to get here and bounce it off my damn chest, use my chest as a trampoline. That's one thing. But also, he was lifting his butt off like every rep, he was lifting his butt off the bench.
You're not supposed to be able to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
You're supposed to stay flat. That's like saying I'm the world's strongest curler, but you rocking back and forth like this. Look at that. What the hell is that?
Yeah, he is.
His whole ass is coming up.
He is.
He's using his ass as a springboard.
He kind of is. I mean, I hate to say it.
Like, bro, what are we doing, man? And the dude's sitting there counting there. I'm like, bro. I'm like, hell no. Now, just imagine if you're like a
work smarter, not harder.
Right. Just imagine if you're a lineman that have a thicker torso and you start doing that. You might mess around and lose it at the top. Might just fly up to the hit ceiling.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, we'll get to some of the combine stuff here in just a few minutes, including some more murmurings about Kyler Murray and the Jets. Merv and Winfield going to start us off today on ESPN New York. Merv, what up, baby?
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good.
All right. Just a few things. Like, the Knicks have been playing really good, and, like, the beginning of the season, they look great. Everyone was, oh, how good they are. Then they've had some bad losses and some tough ones. But when they play good and beat top teams, it's like they're not getting any respect anymore this year. I don't get it, or the credit. Like, they had the Spurs beat. They should have swept them this year, honestly. If you look back, we got outscored in the fourth quarter by like 10 or something to one game in San Antonio.
I think, Merv, I think they're getting appropriate. I think they're getting appropriate love, right? We saying, hey, man, if they can get to the Spurs, we think they can win a championship. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
That's respect.
But
that's
you
love.
guys are over here saying that if they get past Cleveland, I get Detroit, Bart. Don't get me wrong, dude. We don't look right. But I think Detroit looks like the Knicks of last year. They don't take a game or a minute off, especially against the Knicks, but against other teams neither. Like, they're making it be seen like we are up and coming. And I do.
Here's the thing, though. They're such a young team. It's not like it's taking a lot out of them.
Right. They're a young team, and they go like 10 deep. You see how many people they play?
Oh, yeah. No.
So what I'm saying is.
I definitely agree with you. That's going to be a tough team. But Cleveland, you got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I don't disagree about that. I'm not going to worry that much about Cleveland.
All right, Ripley's. All right, Ripley's.
Listen, I'm not going to worry that much about Cleveland yet. I'm really not.
I mean, I'm paying attention. I'm looking at them like, hey. The only reason I say anything about Cleveland is because they played them.
Yeah.
So I saw it in real time.
It looked bad last week.
Right. So it's like I seen it in real time.
But it's not like Cleveland looked amazing in that game either. The Knicks just looked horrible in that game.
That is correct. But did they make them look like Kenny Atkinson is a hell of a coach?
Yes,
we don't know what type of coach Mike Brown is yet. We don't have enough data of is he a good coach? I mean, remember, he's coming off of his Sacramento days where it didn't end well. And he's taken on a team that was a successful team last year. So we don't know, like, when it comes to is he Spoelstra? Is he who's the guy in Indiana? Coach. Carlisle. Is he Carlisle? Right. Yeah. Like, is he one of these upper echelon coaches that as you go down a path that he's going to give you an advantage schematically because of his sets and
I don't
his
sit here
adjustments?
and think that right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But at some point, the teams and the players are going to be equal, and the coach have to be the difference. We haven't seen Mike Brown seem like he's done anything different other than score points. Is Cat comfortable yet?
Who knows? I would say no. I don't think he's comfortable. David, Elizabeth, what's up, D? What do you got?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas? Yo, it's good to hear Merv. I haven't heard Merv in a while, but it's good to hear him. Fellas, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to get a little bit of Knicks and a little bit of Jets. So I'm going to jump on the Knicks. Yo, that was a great win this weekend. Mikal Bridges, you need to play defense like that all the time. Tell him, Bart, in that bad boy's voice. That's how you play defense.
That's how you drive.
Exactly. That's exactly how you drive Mikal Bridges. Yo, I'm going to keep it a buck. No disrespect, fellas. You know I respect both of your acumen. I respect your mindsets, gentlemen. James Harden ain't nothing, bro. The Cavaliers is garbage. I don't want to hear none of that Cavalier. Oh, yo, they beat us, so, yo, you know, not for real. They're a contender. They're not nothing. They can't see us. They never will. I'm going to stand on that. The Detroit Pistons have our number. The Celtics might have our number. Cavaliers, I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. No disrespect. Nobody get upset with me, please. I just don't want to hear that. They're fools gold. They're front runners. And James Harden is nothing but a thief. I don't want to hear because he's on the team. Now he unlocked Mobley and homie with the afro. And now all of a sudden, you know, they ballers. Yeah, Jared Allen. Please. And I do want to say this real quick, Bart. This morning, they were saying that there's a better opportunity for Kyler to join the team. And, you know, I heard Ira this morning. He said he doesn't like how Reich and Kyler would fit. But, hey, man, like, not for nothing, whether Kyler's the guy or whoever the quarterback is going to be, we need to get the team on the right track. So when they do draft a quarterback, we're set up for success. Like, whether it's going to be Kyler, whoever the gentleman is. So, you know, I know Ira said he didn't like the fit, but I would like Kyler to come. Maybe he could win some ball games. They get us in the right places. That's what I'd like to see for the team. Appreciate you, gentlemen.
For me, like Ira, like saying, "Hey, I don't like the fit." That's because he's listening to the narrative. Oh, Frank Reich likes this type of quarterback and all this type of stuff. Listen, a coach can coach a talented player. Either the player is talented or he's not. And nobody here can say that Kyler Murray isn't an extremely talented quarterback, and that he doesn't have tremendous skill set. And it's up to any coordinator to be able to find how to highlight all the things that he does well and to hide his deficiencies and help him develop.
Here's what it comes down to for me. When you objectively look at who could be available this offseason, who is the best quarterback that would be available to the Jets that they would not have to lock into for 4 years, and they could take a 1-year look at because that guy's got something to prove. It's not close. It's Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And fans can say all they want. He wouldn't play that good without it before he got hurt last year. It gets hurt all the time. Hey, I get it. He gets hurt all the time. That's why I'm on the 1 year or 2 year type prove it deal with Kyler Murray. I'm not doing anything else that I don't have to do. And he's ultimately, it's pretty clear, he's ultimately getting released here. They're gonna eat it for a year.
Right. And they're gonna it's outside of Tua, like we'll see if they eat the $90 million for Tua just to get him out the building to provide like that non-distraction, because in Miami, if they hold on to him, you're gonna have a disgruntled player that's sitting around backing up with a new coach, and that's just going to set a bad precedent for the feel good story that is Hatley being able to start off fresh and build a team in his image.
Well, would you rather have Kyler Murray or Tua? Kyler Murray.
Exactly.
And
would you rather have Kyler Murray or would you rather have Malik Willis? That's an unknown.
You can call it an unknown. Myself, I'd still rather have Murray right now. He's
a better player.
The health is my biggest concern with Murray, period.
And the thing is, if Arizona's going to eat it, it ain't costing you nothing.
Yes.
And you're right. And you're right. You're still in line to release him if you need be, trade him if need be. Like in 2027, get your quarterback. It's a win-win. And you don't have to stink to get the quarterback that you want because you have 3 first-round draft picks. And this year, let's just say if they go get Bailey, let's say if they decide to draft the defensive tackle, the offensive guard. Let's see if they go Malik Lemon or what's his name? What's
Mikal Lemon.
Mikal Lemon, right? Like they can improve the team so much just this year. Like this is the year to have 4 early picks.
Yeah. Not
that you're going to get like, oh man, this guy's a Hall of Famer, but man, you might get some guys that can contribute and be a big part. Like Aaron Worry, right? You can get guys that's going to be integral in your success. Pretty easily. Like you may not get a guy like, oh man, this guy's going to the Hall of Fame, but man, you might get a guy like, this guy can ball.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, we will dig into the combine from the weekend and the coach napping. Oh boy, that's next.
This is the Michael K. Show.
CC Sabathia joins us now. When you win in 2009, your first year, did that allow you to take a deep breath and enjoy the rest of the ride?
No. It was more like you want to win more. When you're around G and you're around Andy and Mo and Posada, it makes you want to win more. Like I felt like I came back to spring training the next year even hungrier.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no 2 stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every night. And now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost. Here's how it works. Build any college hoop parlay you like. The early tip, the rivalry game, the ranked matchup, the late night West Coast shootout. Mix spreads, totals, props, whatever fits your read of the slate. Then just apply your profit boost and instantly bump up that potential payout. Go safe, go spicy, go with the team you've been following all season. It's your parlay, your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Minimum 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable boost builder tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Start with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg is live from the Big East Tournament presented by Schweppes, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and Samuel Adams. Join DHR broadcasting live from the Irish Exit inside Moynihan Train Hall for a Big East extravaganza. Big East legends Charles Smith and Walter Berry will join us on site as we break down the action and relive the glory days. All courtesy of Schweppes. Stop by beginning at 3 p.m. Enter to win great prizes and make the Irish Exit your headquarters when the Big East takes center stage. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is available at Avenida and the Rutherford. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
Let's roll. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there. Watch the show. Subscribe to the channel. And lock in. Make your comments. We'll get them in throughout the course of the show. We've gotten some in already, and I will get some more in here shortly. First, I want to get Robert and Charlotte up next on ESPN New York. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to talk about, I know we've been talking about the Jets and the Knicks and everything. One of my biggest pet peeves with sports right now is these young players just don't got that dog in them anymore. You know, I miss the days where players are looking to win championships and not the bag. You know, usually winning a championship brings that bag. And, you know, what was it, that USC player that just got kicked off the team, their number one scorer? Like, what's going on in sports these days? I just want to get your thought process. Bart, I mean, you were of an era where guys were working hard and doing what they got to do to make it happen. What's going on with sports these days?
I mean, you talk about guys seeing themselves as a brand. I also was there when, Darrelle Revis was, seeming like he was in a contract negotiation every other year to get more money. So, Deion as well. It's always been there, but I think guys are trying to maximize their windows, and sometimes it's distasteful, and sometimes, it's appropriate, sometimes it's inappropriate. And I think you got to take everything by case, but I think it's a culture. I mean, whether you go and talk about the kid in Memphis who, probably you talk about, the league should be to the point where you can go straight to the pros if you want to, because this is what the result that you get sometimes.
Listen, you can't get it twisted when you don't understand that the idea of winning championships is great, but there is a very easy way for players and really coaches and GMs and such to separate business from that. And that's what you're getting upset about, and you can't get upset about it. Because when it comes to those kind of things, it gets personal when people start to take it that way. I don't think players, for the most part, really take it that way. Now, negotiations can get nasty at times, but I don't think that players really take it super personally when you're trying to work out what a contract is, but then it becomes about when you get on the field going and trying to win. Like, I don't think you can equate those two things when clearly getting on the field and earning as much money as possible at first is going to be priority number one.
The crazy thing is, too, like, the next negotiating, the next bargaining agreement that the players have, they got to do away with the franchise tag. I think because that's a tool that the teams use, whether it's Trey Henderson being held hostage with Cincinnati because clearly they don't want to give them a long-term deal, what's going on with George Pickens, what's going on with Breece Hall, who as a running back may only have a small finite time or to be able to get money without, a guy that's already been injured, right, who's nervous about that. They just do away with the franchise tag. You shouldn't be able to franchise tag guys. You should either have to make a deal with them and cut them and have to eat the salary because you made a decision and decided you didn't want to stay with the player, or you should be able to just have to walk them, let them go. How can you hold somebody hostage? They do their 4 years and then say, okay, well, no, we don't want to buy the car. We want to lease it for another. We want to extend our lease.
Well, that's the thing. Or there has to be certain limitations on it. Like if you're going to do it, you can do it once, and that's it. It can't.
They try to hit it with the penalty.
Yeah.
But even with that though, you know what I mean? A guy like Pickens who got traded, and then now this other team can control me instead of having to make a long-term commitment to me. Nah, they should just make it straight up.
Well, it's not going to happen. I mean, if
that's what I would fight for.
Yeah.
I mean, because especially from the running back position, you only got 8 years. So if a team says, okay, we're going to franchise you twice or whatever, just imagine what if they franchise Walker?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I just won the Super Bowl MVP. And now, as a running back, I get hurt, and I don't get that money after I've already waited my turn.
Yep.
Meanwhile, quarterbacks get 5 contracts. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford going to get another deal. That's like number 4 or 5 for him. Running backs may get 2. They get the deal that they get when they come in, and then they get the other deal.
My problem here is that as we start to see how this is going to play out with Breece Hall, and it sounds like I'm hopeful that they're actually going to get a deal done here because they haven't slapped the tag on him yet. Yet. But if you're the Jets, at the very least, you're not letting them walk away for nothing. But if you're Breece Hall, I mean, what is a fair deal at this point? Is it
$13 to $14 million?
13 to 14 a year. Because the franchise tag is at 14, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're going to pay me 3 years, $42 million, that's a fair deal?
Especially when you're paying the running back, the receiver 33.
Basically, how about 3 years, $42 million, 30 guaranteed? Something like that. In other words, 2 years of the deal would be guaranteed money.
Exactly.
I think that's more than fair. I don't know if they're going to come close on that, but that feels to me like it would be more than fair. And honestly, I just think a better solution than just franchising him for a year.
And having him disgruntled, afraid to if because this is what you run into.
Is he 26?
24.
He's 24.
He's 24.
This is what we're talking about, at 24 years old, that you're afraid to give him a 3-year deal. That's bizarre.
Right. Have some conviction.
Yeah.
Why do you guys get to be able to limit risk when I can't limit risk as the player? And I'm the one that's assuming all the risk, especially as a running back. Concussion, CTE. Come on, man. Not all positions are created equally.
No, absolutely not. That's why it's got to, for me, that's why that deal should be getting done. Because more than anything.
You should have traded him last year if that's the case.
And I guess that there was reports over the weekend that it did come somewhat closer in Kansas City. Look, they weren't giving him up for a 4th-round pick.
Exactly.
They weren't going to they weren't going to do that for a 4th-round pick. To me, at this point, why wouldn't you just do it? Why wouldn't you just go ahead and sign him for that? And it's making it so much easier on whoever your quarterback is to have him. It's making it so much easier. And that's really what I'm fascinated in right now is how do you mess around with the running back when you don't have anybody right now to technically get the football to Garrett Wilson? How do you even do that?
That's my point. You have to have a plan for Breece Hall. And, all the guys out there, if they tag Linderbaum out there in Baltimore, I think eventually we got to do away with the franchise tag. We got to give the players more power, more flexibility to be able to control their destiny as well. If I've served my time, then I've served my time.
Yeah.
And then we need to talk and say, you know what I'm saying? That's like if with our contracts, they just said, all right, well, we just, we're just going, if they just came out to us in our industry right now, it's like, we'll just add 1 year. You're like, man, hold on, wait, man. Then I'm in the same position next year, and I'm worried about, what I'm doing for the next 3-4 years. Nah, man, I'm not good with that.
I did not hear your take on it the other day. Aaron Glenn dozing off. And listen.
It's just
I don't want to get twisted about it.
A lot of people fall asleep, but it's just another example.
It's just
It's just part
something
of the
that can't happen with the Jets.
It's just like, exactly. It's exactly what it is. It's like, here we go again, somebody to make fun of us for again, making a mockery of who we are and as an organization and all that stuff. That's all it is. I mean, it's like, bro, like I can see if it was like if it wasn't Sonny Styles running. You know what I mean? It's like,
was it Styles or was it David Bailey? Or it was whoever it was. Yeah. It was somebody that was important.
Yes, it's like,
you're
bro,
picking second.
You might want to stay up for that. Like, if you can't stay up for that. Now, listen, we've all been in church, and, like, the pastors finish. I mean, the choir's done, especially in black church, because you come for the choir, and now it's time for the guy. You start reading past, you start dozing off. This is supposed to be the juicy part.
And I'm not making excuses. These are late nights at the Combine, and it's not late nights like we're going out and getting hammered late nights. It's late nights.
But the funny part is like how he overreacted. It's like he got caught cheating with a woman on the jumbotron.
Just want to see him sneak underneath the table.
Because like he starts shaking his head, and like somebody must say, "Man, you on the tube?" Yeah. Oh, wait. He like looking like, wait. Like, where the TV at? He fell asleep so good, he dozed off so good, he forgot what the TV was to see if he could see himself.
It was a rough moment. It was a rough moment.
But it's not an end all be all. It's just like a here we go again type of thing.
Yeah, listen. It's not like he was doing a talk show. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
We've seen that.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
I know people are going to hate this, and I'm sorry. I actually don't think it's the worst thing in the world if the Giants drafted Jeremiyah Love in the first round. I really don't.
Gettleman was right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Gettleman was right in that Saquon Barkley will probably end up wearing a gold jacket at some point. But with Jeremiyah Love and the Giants, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Go and subscribe to the ESPN New York YouTube channel and be a part of the discussion. Look, the guy is lightning fast. It has nothing to do with what we saw this weekend. He is a great, great, great running back. And the Giants are in a much different position than they were in a few years back in 2018 when they took Saquon Barkley. At the time, in 2018, they didn't have their long-term solution at quarterback. They didn't have a great offensive line. They don't have a great offensive line now. I could still make the case you can draft Fano instead of him, and I wouldn't be mad at that. But if you think it's so out of whack to take somebody who's a generational talent at that position when you are better positioned to have success with it, and you want your identity to be that of a running physical football team, and the other guy, all he does is want to run through a brick wall, and he's going to end up hurt anyway.
In the protocol?
Why not at least think about this when you were talking about the best player available in the draft?
Well,
a lot of people think he is the best player in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, Scatterboo can, become that Mike Allstott fullback, part-time fullback, part-time tailback. You know what I mean? It could be a 1-2 punch there. And you have to ask yourself, can you find a good right tackle in free agency?
Are they going to bring back Illuminor? You know? I don't know.
It's some right tackles out there. I'm not sure exactly who they are, but it's some right tackles. It's right tackles out there that you can.
If you want to draft a guy that's going to be a perfect complement and a bookend, and you have your two tackles for the next 5 to 6 to 7 years with Thomas and let's just say it's Fanu. Okay, I'm never going to argue with that. I don't hate this. Why don't I hate this? If it's funny, if it wasn't John Harbaugh, I probably would hate this.
Right.
But I have a degree of faith more if this is what Harbaugh is doing. Now, they may be smokescreening, but even if they are, to talk about it is not the worst thing in the world if somebody actually wanted to go up and get him. And Bart, I want to point this out.
Kansas City?
Let's say
Kansas. Would you move back to where Kansas City is to let them get Jordan Love at 9?
Where's Kansas City?
9.
Yeah.
You still can get, especially if you know that they're taking him. So that means you drop down to 9, maybe get a second-round draft pick next year. You get a second-round draft pick for your trouble.
Chiefs are about to cut Juwan Taylor.
Yeah, that's another $20 million.
Yep. But to your point, I mean, about another tackle that could be out there and be available. You know, that's another guy like that. But point being is...
I don't want Jerron Taylor.
All right, well, there's going to be options there, okay? You don't have to overpay somebody like that. What I'm saying is, look at what we have seen over the last several years. The Jets tried to trade up to go and get Jahmyr Gibbs a few years ago.
Yeah.
Bart, remember how when Jahmyr Gibbs was taken, I believe at 12, everybody was watching that draft and was saying, what exactly are you doing here by taking this guy as high as you are? Well, the Lions seemed to know what they were doing, and it wasn't just about Jahmyr Gibbs being that guy. It was about there are always players that end up going higher than we expect them to. Nobody thought in a million years that the Falcons were going to take Michael Penix at 8.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that was the right decision or not. Somebody's going to do it. And if it's that level of talent and you're better positioned to have success offensively, especially with your young quarterback who you're worried about getting his clock cleaned every other down.
Right. You want to have a real legitimate threat in the backfield.
Why wouldn't you consider this with a real thought toward potentially doing it?
I mean, what did he average in college? Like 9 yards per carry or something, 9.1. It was something ridiculous. And the crazy part is his backup or his stablemate is considered a second-round draft pick as well.
Listen, as I'm looking at Jeremiah Love, I'm seeing somebody who is far and above the best player at the position in the draft. And people will make the argument, well, you could go sign Kenneth Walker. Well, you could go do this. Well, you could go do that. Okay, but then I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. What I wanted to do with Barkley initially was to get the most out of him during his early years and then figure out what I was going to do. I got the most out of him one season, his rookie year, and he got banged up after that. But I also didn't have any kind of an infrastructure around him for him to be successful. If I'm talking about a healthy Malik Neighbors, I'm talking about Theo Johnson, who I don't know if we know if he's a number one tight end yet, but I think he's got a chance to be a number one tight end. When I'm talking about Andrew Thomas at left tackle, an improved, albeit one that still needs work, offensive line, and a quarterback that I now believe in, why wouldn't I add that kind of insurance, or not even insurance, why wouldn't I add that kind of weapon to that offense? To your point, it was 6.9 yards a carry last year for Jeremiah Love.
It's crazy.
For the last 2 years, 6.9.
And they didn't use him enough.
He
was sharing the backfield.
Think about this. Bart, he didn't have 200 carries in either season.
That's what I'm saying.
He did not have 200 carries.
They didn't use him enough
either year. That's crazy talk.
People think, and if you take position out of it, people think he was the best player in football last year. Whether you want to take on a Mendoza hype or not, he was the best player in draft last year. I mean, in college last year.
He had 20 carries in a game. You want to take a guess how many times this past year?
Twice.
3 times.
Now,
3 times.
So just imagine if he was force-fed the ball, what those numbers would have been, what Notre Dame record would have been, and how we would have been looking at him, especially knowing or not even talking about what Kenneth Walker did, but talking about what Bijan Robinson does. Talk about what Jahmyr Gibbs does.
Think about this.
And you think about a young quarterback that is a RPO type of quarterback in Jackson Dart, and what a luxury. Like the Giants don't have a home run hitter. Ben, how many touchdowns did he have over 20 yards? I think it was like something like 10. Like all those metrics are the things that you talk about. Can't wait.
No, well, kind of. Yeah, I kind of can wait.
Can't wait. Yeah, actually.
No, I'll tell you the news.
Can't wait.
David Montgomery, speaking of running backs.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah, he just got traded to the Texans for a 5th-round pick.
We knew that. We knew that.
Right.
We knew that was happening. Like because he was going to be a cap casualty, so they rather trade him than cut him outright.
So Jeremiah Love, those 3 times when he had 20 carries this year are the only 3 of his career. And the year before, Bart, he rushed for 1,100 yards on 163 carries. I mean, think about that.
How many carries is that? I'm bad at math.
No, he both of his last 2 seasons.
Yes.
He did not have 200 carries in the year.
Right.
199,
so
I think, this year.
So that's over 5 yards per carry?
6.9. Each of the last 2 years.
Yeah. I think
6.9.
I think Scatty Boo Boo would love that.
And he might get
Scatty Boo Boo.
I'm not even thinking about Scatterboo at this point. All right, I'm not even thinking twice about Scatterboo at this point.
It's like above the rim when Dwayne Martin was like the basketball player that he came in. There was a point guard there. He was like, "What? Coach, we already got a point guard. Man, I'm all point guard you need. Get to the back of the bus."
See, I'm getting a lot of this stuff here on the chat. Let's bring in some of these comments on the chat. Khalil, I hope the Giants take a running back in the first round. LMAO. Guys, there is a difference between taking a running back and taking a level of talent at the position when people think he's the best player in the entire draft and you are better situated to have success with him.
Well,
for people, Dave Gettleman wasn't wrong in his evaluation of Saquon Barkley.
Exactly.
Dave Gettleman was wrong in that you can't afford to do that when you had nothing else.
The execution of it, yeah.
So he thought he was helping Eli. I wasn't helping Eli at the end.
Exactly. I mean, you talk, and Eli was at the end. This kid's at the beginning. And here's the thing: like, you can use another receiver. We all know that. You don't have to draft it because you already drafted a young receiver. So you don't have that dynamic where you're going to have 2 guys that are making a lot of money. So you can go out and get a Mike Evans. So you can go out and get a you can trade for a Calvin Ridley. You can make these small moves if you want to because you have the young cheap receiver that you don't have to pay for another 3 years. So you can go out and get the veteran. You can trade for a guy like DJ Moore. So that means that you can afford. So now you got 2 weapons on the outside. However the Giants get to it, they need to have 2 weapons on the outside, and they need to have a outstanding, in my opinion, running back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not drafting Love, then to me that tells me that you should be in it for. I'm not letting Cam Scatterboo stop me from signing Travis Etienne. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm not allowed because you need a home run, 2-way dynamic player at the running back position, especially when Harbaugh is a guy that wants to run the ball. Harbaugh's a guy that wants to run the ball, but he's always had outstanding running backs. Whether you want to talk about J.K. Dobbins, whether you want to talk about King Henry, and whatever you feel about Gus Edwards and some of the other guys that he's always had like 3 or 4 great running backs in his stable. So just understand the player profile, right? I'm looking right here, right? I'm looking right here on Get Up. The question is Jeremiah Love the best player in the draft?
Dan Orlovsky says he is. Here he is.
This young man put on an absolute show when it comes to physical talent and athletic ability at the combine. To be his size and to run 4.36 coming off of his performance in his career at Notre Dame, I know he's not going to go number 1 overall. That is more than likely going to be Fernando Mendoza. But when it comes to best player in the draft, that's Jeremiah Love.
He was also beating up on Mendoza a little bit. Dan was saying he didn't see a whole lot of special throws, but that's a whole different
that's a
thing.
whole other thing. Yeah, but that ain't none of your business. That's none of you. That is the Raiders' problem.
Yep.
Your issue is you need to get a dynamic player on the offensive side of the ball. This has to be an offensive player for the Giants. If you're the New York Giants, it has to be an offensive player because you would think with what you have on defense, a defensive coordinator worth his weight in salt will be able to extend the life of the personnel that you have. You have 3 pass rushers. You have one of the most dominant, win-motivated, winning the right scheme defensive tackles in the game. You spent the defensive pick at defensive tackle last year, the kid from Toledo in the 3rd round, who I think is going to be a lotto stud. You have a a high-priced you got a high-priced linebacker in Okereke, right? You went out and you paid money for a Debo. So this has to be an offensive player, right? I feel like you can go get Aloha Gilman or whatever his name is last year. If you're Harbaugh, you can go sign him. He's a free agent. He was part of your defense, and when he did that, he unlocked Kyle Hamilton. So you can go do that and still be able to get – but it's either going to be a receiver, it's going to be Fano. It's either Fano, Love, or a guy like Tate.
What if it's Maui Noah?
Same thing. I think Harbaugh loves these heavy-handed, physical, nasty. But my question is, now you have like the right. You got like the Daniil Hunters, right? You have like the Will Andersons. You have the T.J. Watts. It's not just now that the great pass rushers go on the left side; they go on the right side too now. So you ask yourself, can Maui Noah hold up protecting the pass? We know that he can get in it, get after it, like, running and with the nastiness. But if you have to pick between a right tackle, do you prefer that right tackle to be more dominant run blocking or more dominant pass blocking? That's a real legitimate question you have to ask yourself, because I think that's the difference. Fano.
I think it's Fano. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Fano or Fano.
Okay, Fano.
I'll know soon.
Okay, so let's say Fano, right? Does Fano have enough ass to be able to move people against their will? The thing about a right tackle is more likely you're going to have a tight end on his side, because most quarterbacks are right-handed, so he may get help. So you may say, hey, if I'm gonna do that, I'm an error on that.
So I'll give you another reason why I think it could happen. Now, I know what John's history is, okay? And we're talking about guys like J.K. Dobbins in second or third round or whatever. Look at Jim last year. What did Jim do in the first round? 22nd pick. After what he did, Alt was 2 years ago at tackle. But this past year, 22nd pick, Omarion Hampton. Took a running back. Do not sleep on this, guys. If it's a dominant level player, it's going to be talked about. And then you will have the people who will point to, well, look at the Raiders. I mean, they took Ashton Jeanty, and what did that do for them? The Raiders were not ready with what their personnel was to have Ashton Jeanty come in and be a massive difference maker for them right away. It was similar to what the Giants had with Barkley several years ago. This is different. This, to me, is much different. And I have this guy in Love who hasn't really used up a whole lot of tread on the tire so far at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I kind of like this. And now, if you're going to take a tackle, I'm not going to argue with you.
Right.
I wouldn't have a problem with it in the least. But if you're not going to take a tackle, I can easily make the case of taking Love over Tate.
Yeah,
I can absolutely make that case.
Tate is good. I don't see special. I don't see Njigba. I don't see Garrett Wilson. I see a solid guy that's from one of the best wide receiver factories. Marvin Harris.
Emeka Ibuka from last year.
Yeah.
Remember when he was healthy? He was very good for the Bucs early in the year.
Yeah.
I don't see that with Tate. Here's Craig in Lansing up on ESPN New York. Craig, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. First, a couple things. The running back career length, Bart hit on this. I looked this up a couple years ago. Defensive backs, wide receivers, running backs, they have the shortest career. It's so unfair. If you try in a day and age where we're trying to treat everybody and should be trying to treat everybody equally, they have to get rid of that rule, because it's unfair that a quarterback, like Bart said, can get 5 contracts, but this guy might get 2. That's not a cool rule. They need to ditch that immediately. Atlanta overreacted drafting Penix because they couldn't get anybody decent on the field the year before. Heineke, and I forget the other guy's name that ended up getting shipped off to the Raiders. So that was an overreaction. And I'm talking about Love, a stat that I've really looked at.
No. All right, well, I'll give you another example then, okay? I'll give you another one from last year. A guy that people thought was going to go mid-first round was Teteroa McMillan. He went 8th. These guys go higher because they have the chance to be a massive weapon on offense, and somebody's going to jump up to make sure that they do it. I know for a fact, that the Rams last year wanted McMillan in the worst way and were planning on trading up until he went 8th. And then the Rams actually ended up trading back and doing what they did to help the Giants get Jackson Dart.
Anytime you can land a big-time weapon, you're right. You gotta maybe pick him a little bit higher than you want to. This Love kid, you already laid out the Gibbs thing. Gibbs, let me say something here. Jahmyr Gibbs has had 52, and 77 receptions the last couple of years. It's a huge weapon when you can get somebody like James Cook is another guy. Because I've always said 7 yards per reception, that's above average. Anything 8 or above, now you're talking McCaffrey and Kamara, elite. But the difference between McCaffrey and Kamara and the other two guys is many, many more receptions. I mean, come on. Kamara started out with 81 3 years in a row. McCaffrey's been over 100 several times now. Receptions. This kid Love averaged 10.4 yards per reception last year. And that's for his career.
He only caught. I don't think he caught 30 passes.
I think he has a total of 63 for his career at Notre Dame. I think he was around 30 passes. You're right.
But he's a great catcher of the football. That's the thing, that he has great hands. That's the scouting report on him, is he has tremendous hands.
All right, but my point here is simply this. You have a guy that hasn't been used to his full potential and still was a dominant player.
Right.
A guy that does not turn 21 until June, the end of May, June.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy that was only 3 years at Notre Dame, didn't have 200 carries in his season, had over 20 carries 3 times this year, and not over 25, not 28, not 29. It was 23, and I think 21. They did not overuse this guy. As Bart told you, the other guy is also somebody that factors into the draft as well.
Yeah, he was at the combine.
This is not stupid. And if you're looking at it and saying a running back this high is stupid, you're looking at it too simplistically.
Right, because you think that's just one piece of the puzzle. Like, there are receivers to get, right? Jackson Dart, Harbaugh, when you talk about having an adult in the building, I think that comes with a level of respect from from veteran players. So you can make a trade for DJ Moore. DJ Moore is done in Chicago. Chicago has to address a lot of needs.
I kind of wonder about
they
Moore.
Have because Luther Burton balled out.
Yes. No. I'm not saying
Adunze.
I'm not saying that Moore can't play.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering, is he more of a gadget wide receiver now?
He's never been that. You still have Slayton, who you paid, that you stuck with.
Yeah.
He's your vertical guy.
I like DJ Moore.
So DJ Moore, you talk about gadget guy. Who the hell are you losing? You're losing Rydell Robinson. So he fits right in. So that's great that he turned into a slot guy. He's big. He's smart. He's like an Anquan Bolden, right? He can give you a bunch of yak.
Yeah, I'm looking at these years, and in the top 15, there's always somebody that goes higher than you expect them to, and it's usually an offensive player. And it's because of what that person could potentially give you.
Correct.
Doesn't mean it's always going to happen. But, for instance, you know why the Jets had Will McDonald? Because they couldn't trade up to get Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right.
That's exactly what happened there. And then, also the Broderick Jones thing, which the Patriots screwed the Jets over with.
Yeah, exactly.
It traded with Pittsburgh.
And
at least they thought they were.
Yeah, Pittsburgh screwed us. Yeah, ha. Tricks on you.
Yeah, exactly. How's Broderick Jones worked out? Hasn't exactly been great so far.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Point is, if I'm at this juncture and I'm considering taking a running back, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot in the least. How about Carlin in the Bronx next on ESPN New York? Carlin, what's up, baby?
What's going on, Carlin? Big Bart, what's up?
Good to hear from you,
what
bro.
Up?
So I'm completely against what Bart was initially saying, if the Giants have to go get an offensive player.
Yes.
I want Sonny Styles. Absolutely. If he's there at 5, he's a must-get. It's been 15 years of the Giants not having a consistent linebacker. And Bart, you know better than anybody, the linebacker position is the most versatile and valuable on a defensive when they're at a high level. Yeah. They're affecting the passing game. They're affecting the running game. They're affecting the pass rush. They're affecting every aspect of it. An elite corner is only stopping the passing game. A great pass rusher is not affecting what's going out on the pass game.
Carlin.
They absolutely need that.
But listen, I love that we get to have this conversation. You have to consider value over replacement, right? Sonny Styles is a legitimate stud. Right, we know the middle linebacker is probably one of the least drafted positions. They almost never go in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you get greedy? Why can't you go get Jordan Love, move back up, trade future assets in the second round and move up high, and go get Rodriguez? Because in the Sonny Styles show that he was putting on, I think we missed a great performance by he's a player of the year, Rodriguez. He ran a 4.51, and he's the best middle linebacker. He's rated probably the best middle linebacker, rated higher than Sonny Styles. So you can get greedy, baby. So listen. I
would be happy with either option. I don't know, like
you have to ask yourself.
You know, on over the radio, we make it sound so easy that you could trade back, you could jump back in, you could get this guy. That's not something that's just a fait accompli that it can be done or will be done.
Well,
but I will say the 5th overall, highly likely that Sonny Styles will be there and available. And you look back in the previous couple of years, yeah, you're right. Middle linebackers aren't drafted that high, but the few that are,
right.
We just saw who was the last one. Who was the last one that was drafted in the top 10? Luke Kuechly, 8 years Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
you have a chance to go get something like that.
But even Jack Campbell though, he was a late first round draft pick. But what I'm saying is, you can go get that replacement in Rodriguez. Ain't nobody gonna stand in your way if you super aggressive for Rodriguez, because that's not a sexy pick. That's not a pick that people really value. Even though if you don't have a middle linebacker, you feel it. Because if you're moving back or you're trying to be aggressive for him, you're basically saying F them picks, and it really doesn't matter, right? You don't have to. You can say F them picks because the good middle linebackers. Ain't it another good linebacker from Alabama that's in the draft?
You got Jacob Rodriguez, who you're talking about a minute ago, and then
it's like 3 or 4 more. What about the kid that put on another show? He ran like a 4.4 from Kansas or from TCU. Like it. That's what I'm saying. You got to get greedy. It's about how all the picks work together in a piece, right? You may get a better value here, but then get a better value there, depending on how the pieces march together. Now, if you end up with Love, Rodriguez, and go get one of these receivers that may drop. Like, let's just say they go get the receiver from Notre Dame that ran a bad time.
Are you talking about the kid from Georgia?
Yep, kid from Georgia. It's
C.J. Allen,
right? And it's a kid from. It's also a kid from Alabama. He's a little small. I think number 10.
Which one is he?
What I'm saying is, the sum is greater than the sum of his parts is greater than the whole, or something like that.
You know what the deal?
Yeah, you know what the
deal. Yeah, exactly.
So
Some of the parts is greater than the whole. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
San Antonio throws it away. Harper forced to pass inside. Read by Bridges, will go coast to coast for a 2-hand slam.
Are you starting to believe in the Knicks again after 2 convincing wins over the weekend?
Just being who I am, you know what I'm saying? I think my energy comes off defense, and offensive flow is going to happen. I think just being locked in on defense is going to eventually get the offense going as well.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino and Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Plan prices require auto pay. Additional terms apply. For welcome unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every night, and now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost, and here's how it works. You build any college hoops parlay you like, the early tip, the rivalry game, the ranked matchup, the late-night West Coast shootout, mixed spreads, totals, props, whatever fits your read of the slate, then just apply your profit boost and instantly bump up that potential payout. You can go safe, you can go spicy, go with the team you've been following all season. It's your parlay, your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Minimum 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost builder tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Hey, get ready. It's Rickleball Madness. Friday, March 20th, ESPN New York taking over Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. Catch a live broadcast of DiPietro and Rothenberg starting at 6 a.m. Then stick around for our Social Ladder Pickleball Tournament. We're going to crown our champions, then roll right into a college hoops watch party to cap off the day. Sign up now on the ESPN New York app. Spots are limited. Rickleball Madness, brought to you by Pickleball Heaven, the new standard of indoor pickleball. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, Audio Files.
The Audio File.
Tom Bauer is here. He is here to tell us all about what we have audio-wise and to play those cuts, and then we subsequently will comment on those sound bites.
That's a wonderful description of Audio Files.
Thank you,
Chris.
Thank you.
All right. And
have at it.
And speaking of audio that I'm going to play, we're going to start with Landry Shamet because he's going to be talking about one of the underrated Knicks from yesterday's game. That, of course, would be Mo Diawara. Had himself 14 points on the day. Only shot 4 of 13 from the field. That's not, or from three-pointer. That's not exactly the greatest, but still great to see the young gun throwing some shots up and making some baskets for the Knicks. Landry talking about Mo.
Every time the ball touches his hands, I'm yelling at him to shoot it. So I want that kid to stay aggressive. And, I mean, obviously we know how raw, talented he is. It's crazy. He's, 19? And, I'm happy for him to have a game like tonight where he's, that's a tough job. A lot of people think that, he's wide open all the time. Like, it's weird when you look up and nobody's guarding you. Like, teams have to choose what they want to give up. And, Mo being in that position, I think he handled it great tonight. Early, you saw him kind of thinking about a few of them. But I told him, man, when you're catching the ball, you're the first option. So.
That's amazing, right? And you want him – he's been earning more opportunities, all season. And it's good to see, the young talent, because you see the raw talent there. You know it's going to be refined. And that's somebody that when you start to have to make tough decisions later down the road, whether you decide on Josh Hart, whether you decide on, do you trade? Is it time to move Bridges? It's going to be because this young 19-year-old is going to need space to grow. And, you want him to get this type of experience. Just imagine, 19 years old, you're going to get opportunity to be on a team that has championship aspirations. And, they're encouraging you to take those shots, early in your career. And they're breathing life into you and confidence. Man, what a great opportunity to come in the league. And listen, if he can do it here underneath these pressures and the city of New York added on to that, this kid is only going to be destined for greatness in the future. So I'm happy that they got a young, talented player and that the scouting department did a great job in, bringing this guy along slowly, but also giving him room to breathe.
Next, Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, exactly. But thing is, Brunson ain't Steph Curry, so we ain't got to worry about that.
Next.
And we're going to keep it with the Knicks because we haven't heard from the head coach yet today, Mike Brown. Chris, you mentioned earlier how the Knicks have been playing really, really good on defense recently.
Yeah.
5th best defensive rating in the past month in all of the NBA. Mike Brown expressed...
5th best or the best? I thought it was the best.
I saw 5th best this morning. That was from ESPN.com.
Okay.
Either way, they're playing really good, and Mike Brown took notice.
Our defense has gotten better. So to start the game, they had got out in transition. I think 11 of their first 19, the way we charted, 11 of their first 19 points were in transition. And so our guys did a better job of cleaning that area. And then once that happened, and we started taking the right shots, you tell our guys, hey, let that thing fly. Once we started letting it fly, then good things started to happen.
Listen, if they're going to defend at that level, then they're going to be fine. It's just I don't necessarily believe in them being able to do it at that level on a consistent basis. I've seen other teams do it consistently. It's good that it's happened over the last month. Is that going to continue?
And you have to ask yourself, was a great defensive night against the elite opponent, or were the Spurs off? And the Spurs have been on a bit of a road trip for a while, right?
They always have that thing with the rodeo in San Antonio every year.
Yeah.
That used to be at the Alamo Dome. I don't know if that's as much of a factor at the...
It just seems like they've been on the road for a while.
Let me check and see. But they had won, 11 in a row?
Yeah, 11 in a row.
Spurs with their road trip currently. I got to pull it. Give me a second here. Next!
All right.
Okay.
No, sorry. I was being told something from Ray Deanahan about the San Antonio stock showing rodeo.
Damn, just throw Ray underneath the bus.
No, he was giving me good information. It was from February 11th through the 28th. That's next year. So you know what? I'm just
so just since February 10th. Okay, they have had 2 home games, and let's see here, 7 road games. So, yeah. I mean, this trip itself is a 5-game trip.
Right, so it could have been at the end of a road trip. Was it more about, that? And listen, you never want to take credit away from anybody.
Play the Sixers tomorrow night.
Right, you don't want to take credit from anybody, but that's a long time on the road.
And then they go home, and then they play, 6 in a row at home? Is it that stupid stock show thing, rodeo deal, Ray? What was the deal there? I mean, I don't think it's they used to have it at the Alamo Dome where they go on an 11-game road trip every year when the Spurs played at the Alamo Dome. But that's years and years ago now. I don't know if they would still work to try to not be in town when that was going on.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out. But I'm just going to...
Honestly, are we... I opened up a can of worms here that nobody's that interested in.
What is this, Bunker Hill? We just going to come down this hill? I
was going to say, let's make an executive decision and just move on from San Antonio.
Let's move on.
All right, both teams play hard.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about some football again. Ty Simpson had himself a combine. He had a meeting with the Jets, which I'll get to in a minute, but he was very confident in himself, otherwise saying that he's ready. He's a franchise guy.
Yeah, first off, right, I feel like I'm ready. I'm a franchise quarterback. Like I said earlier, the Alabama is, prepares you most for the NFL. And, with the infrastructure that they had and, the guys from Coach Saban, Coach DeBoer, Coach Grubb, all the coordinators that I had before, I run an NFL-type system. It's definitely prepared me for, saying those long play calls, saying those checks, making sure that, I get us in the right protection. And also as well, right, everybody talks about my starts, but I played in, other games besides that, and I played against, really good NFL players. I think about my freshman year, right, learning from the number 1 overall pick and Heisman Trophy winner, going on defense, going on scout team. I got Will Anderson, Dallas Turner, Henry To'oTo'o. I got Kool-Aid on one side. I got Terry on the other side. There's a number of, first and second round draft picks that, I went against and who I was in the locker room with. So, like I said, the Alabama locker room was as close as a locker room in the NFL as you can get.
Listen, he sounds very prepared for his answer, and he makes a great case. But one thing I know is boards don't hit back, right? And Will Anderson wasn't actually tackling you when you were in practice.
But he was getting his clock cleaned in the second half of the season. He was getting hit hard because their O-line was not very good.
But what's that stat that we have about career starts? He's talking about career starts, like he got all this experience doing other stuff. Nah, man, a start ain't a start. Don't tell me what you did in the maroon and white game. I can care less. I can care less about that education you got there. I want to know what you got under pressure because it's nothing that symbolizes or represents the real game, the real game. The pressures outside, the media build up, right? The crowd, all that stuff matters. So nah, man, miss me with that one, brother.
There is somebody who absolutely loves him, and you're going to hear from him this week. Our spot with Phil Simms, the Simms Spotlight, which will be every Wednesday at noon leading up to the draft, begins this Wednesday. We will talk this Wednesday about the free agent quarterbacks since free agency, the tampering period at least begins Monday, which means all these contracts are already done. Next.
Exactly. I got done over some Elmo's cocktail sauce. Fire esophagus.
One more from Ty Simpson from you. This one is courtesy of the Ass Man himself, Jake Asman, who was down at the Combine. I guess he hunted down Ty Simpson at one point to ask him to give a message to Jets fans.
There's a ton of Jet fans who are huge fans of yours. What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
Okay, I thought that was going to be something else. That was nothing.
Tom, not your finest moment.
Okay, hey, I thought that was going to be something else. Hey, at least he knows the chant.
Yeah, listen, never admit it. Never admit it. Just let it roll.
Hey, listen, I'm just an honesty broker. That's what I think I am. I might be too honest.
Honesty and integrity will get you nowhere.
Exactly.
Lie your way to the top, Tom.
I think it got me here. Ty Simpson, this is what I really want to play on this meeting with the Jets.
I mean, it was great talking ball, getting to know each other. Coach Wright is a great human being. Coach Glenn is a super juiceful guy. Installing some stuff and getting to know each other and just getting on the board is what I like. So I really love the Jets. Really blessed to be able to have a meeting with them. And if I have an opportunity to play in New York, that like I said, they're going to get the best Ty Simpson they can get.
Take him at 2.
Hell no. Right. Somebody, listen, let Pittsburgh make that mistake. I'd much rather take my chances rolling the dice with one of the 5 next year. if Dylan Gabriel can get some seasoning, if Arch can get some seasoning. Like, it's supposed to be 5 guys coming out. Hell, if Kalis figures it out. Like, let me see more of those guys. What I'm trying to do if I'm the Jets is to buy time. I want to win while building.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Wait a minute, Dylan Gabriel. It's not Dylan Gabriel. Who were we talking about with the guys coming out next year there for a second?
We're talking about,
you lost me.
We're talking about
Gabriel
Dylan,
and Kalis and, you know.
We're talking about Dylan Gabriel. We talked Arch.
He's the guy. He's the backup on the Browns.
I'm sorry. Dylan. Gabriel Dylan. Or Dylan from Oregon.
Yeah, he's already gone. You're thinking about Moore.
Yeah, my bad. Dante Moore. Yeah, my bad. Dante Moore.
Gabriel.
Yeah, my bad.
Dylan Gabriel was the guy at Oregon last year.
Yeah, I had the school right. Yeah, he went back to school. Yeah.
So we learned about Gabriel. Now I'm getting
Listen,
confused.
see, you rubbing off on me, Tom.
I'll tell you what.
You're right.
You guys,
you're rubbing off on me.
I'm taking a break.
It's Monday, man. It's Madness Monday. A little brain fog still going. Not Dylan Gabriel. I don't know why. Hey, what's his name again? Dylan.
Moore.
Yeah, Dante Moore. Yes, ESPN New York. Way to go.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Friday at Supply House at 1647 2nd Avenue starting at 9 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Supply House this Friday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every single night. Now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost. Here's how it works. Build any college hoops parlay you want. All right, like the early tip, sure, the rivalry game, you film that, the ranked matchup, late night West Coast shootout, it's all there for you. Mixed spreads, totals, props, whatever fits what you're looking for. Then just apply your profit boost and instantly bump up the potential payout. Go safe, go spicy, go with the team you've been following all season. It's your parlay, your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Minimum 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable boost builder tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text OPENY 467-369.
Stop what you're doing. Gold is around $5,100 an ounce. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it, and they're paying top dollar on the spot. Broken chains, old rings, coins, watches, diamonds, vintage jewelry. If it's valuable, they're buying it. No appointment needed. Just walk in, get a free appraisal, and walk out with cash in your hand. They're also buying pre-1964 silver coins, flatware, sterling silverware stamp 925. They're buying coin collections, gold, silver, foreign, and domestic. Plus, they've been in business for over 35 years with thousands of prior happy customers. Licensed, bonded, state-certified scales, the highest tech equipment, employees with GIA certifications. They are numismatic experts. Estates Roadshow is happening this week, Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday at TMT Cash for Gold in Old Bridge, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. More info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or visit tmtcashforgold.com.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock, Rangers host the Blue Jackets. Coverage begins right here on 880 ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app, starting at 6:30. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Get to some of the comments in the chat over on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Rohan Harris, point shaving again. The Knicks can do no good by these two. It is not true.
What are we talking about? We're saying that, hey, if they can find a way to get past the Pistons, we think they can win a championship because they match up better against the Spurs than anybody in the league. They got their number. They have their path. They have their blueprint.
I think it would be very difficult to argue that the Knicks don't need a very specific path in order to get to the finals and win a championship.
Which most teams do.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Ms. Ark saying Trinidad Chambliss. So, what's the deal here with Trinidad Chambliss? He got to turn down again.
He won his case.
No, but I think he did he win or not?
Yeah, he won his case. He's good.
I thought he had something else happen again where they overturned it again.
Nah, man. They can't keep messing with this kid like that. Because in this case, he's not at the I
thought a couple of weeks ago he won the one, but I thought there was another one after that put like another injunction on it. Anyway, if he's going back, then he's going back. Then that's not a concern.
That's what I'm saying. He's going back.
Kev Chatta, Carlin's head is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us something else that's new.
A doy.
or maybe his body's just small because he's losing all this weight. So maybe his head isn't big. Maybe his body's small.
Plateauing again. Get my ass to the gym yesterday. What do I got today to do for it? Nothing.
Hey, man,
Put on a pound.
We had to get your cortisol levels down by giving you some sunlight.
It didn't work.
Yeah, go back.
I didn't get enough of it.
Exactly.
Let's see here. If we can get yesterday's version, this is from Bronx Roots. If we can get yesterday's versions of Mikal Bridges, we might have a shot at getting deep into the playoffs. He actually looked like blankety blank yesterday. He looked as if he grew up. I'll paraphrase what he had to say.
But what you ask yourself is, what was his matchup?
I'm not even worried about the matchup. Talking about defensively.
That's what I'm talking about. What was his matchup? You know what I mean? The Spurs don't really have any heavy lifting. Unless, is it Castle? Is it what was his matchup that he dominated? Because the Spurs, outside of Wemby, they're you got Dylan Harper, but he's still a young guy. So I think yesterday was an easy day. It's not like he had to take on Cade Cunningham. It's not like he has to take James Harden on or Donovan Mitchell. So I think that allows him to give you more on the offensive side because I think that the Spurs don't present some type of daunting juggernaut at the offensive position.
He also says Bridges fades away on his fadeaways.
Yeah, that's his favorite shot.
He is averse to contact. I will say that. So does Bronx Roots. I will absolutely agree with that. I would just like to see consistency. I don't know why that's so hard to get from a guy that, when he was drafted initially, by Philadelphia and then traded. There was like an outrage that Philly traded him away because he was a Villanova guy, but they all felt like he was going to be the glue guy type player who was really going to help your team, and that's what he was in Phoenix. He just hasn't been that same player consistently since he left Phoenix.
Correct.
That's all there is to it there.
But the thing is, when you get a reputation for being something, then people look you up. So, like, in Phoenix, won't nobody paying no attention to him, right?
800-919-3776. I do want to play this from Jeremiyah Love on his meeting with the Giants.
I did meet with the Giants. It would mean the world. Just being able to play with other great players. I mean, I feel like every single team in the NFL has great players, so being able to be drafted anywhere would be a great honor. But the Giants in general, I mean, being able to play with a back like Scat, have somebody that's more of a veteran than me, somebody that's older than me that I can learn from, I'd be able to take away a lot from that. I mean, all the coaches up there were in the Giants room were very cool people. I like them a lot. I feel like they like me a lot as well. Hopefully they call my name on draft night and we can continue building better relationships. Hopefully somebody does.
Yeah, Scatterboy, I'll get you donuts for a week and then you're going to be at playing fullback. And I can learn. I can learn from you from following you through the hole.
He goes, somebody that's older than me that I can learn from is 1 year older. He's probably like 5 years older.
Scatterboy looked like
he's 10
in the league. Yeah, but I say he looked like 10 years older.
Yeah, Scatterboy's 34 years old, but he's only a second-year player. Listen, if you think this Love thing is not a possibility, I think you're burying your head in the sand on this a bit. I think this is very much a possibility. Very much.
How can it not? How can it not be?
Every year, there are offensive players in that top 15 that end up going a lot higher than you expect them to. And you just kind of look at teams like, what are you doing? And they may not be right, but this happens when you have an explosive offensive player. And the Giants may not be willing to move back and let him get past 5.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I
can deal with it if you're taking a tackle. But
but then again, like, how you have to get more from the running back position. They don't, like, as good as Scatterboy is, and listen, he runs hard, he's like the Rocky Balboa of running backs, right? Like, he's try hard, but he just doesn't possess that explosive gene.
He doesn't have it. He's not going to go for a rush for a 65-yard touchdown.
Exactly. Love will.
Yeah.
You need that type of capability. And then if you want Scatterboy to be your short yardage back, go knock your brain cells out, son. Perfect. That's what we brought you here for. But you have to have a home run hitter, and they don't have that.
Is the Knicks' path to the NBA championship clearer than ever? That's next. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. and the action starts on Wednesday at Jack Doyle's with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Thunder, Jack Doyle's is your destination. The party tips off at 6:30 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 240 West 35th Street to cheer on your Knicks. Enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials and cool prizes all game long at Jack Doyle's.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson for 3. And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Empowered. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
That's right. It is 12 o'clock. It is Bart and Carlin over on the YouTube channel where we would enjoy seeing you and getting some of your comments in at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. They're just, I'll get to this in a second. First of all, it's noon. So what does that mean?
It's the power hour, 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 hour. Hour, 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 hour. Power hour. Is that 16? I was going for 16.
Sure.
Because I think the most intriguing thing about this weekend is the 16th pick and what the Jets decide to do with it. I think it's easy peasy for the first one. It gets sticky at the second one.
Yeah, here's what's wrong with me now, okay? I'm off this past Thursday. I flew down to Florida. I get in the car. I turn on the ESPN New York app. 12 o'clock. It's the power hour. I start counting the hours based on the news of the day. 11. Well, I know why it's 11. Jermaine Johnson got traded. Grassa, clueless. No idea. None. No clue. It was how many? What? Sure.
Yeah.
That's all right.
A toy.
And plus, you didn't love the Tom attempt at the power hour.
I thought Tom tore every vocal cord he had in his throat.
I thought he was going to have a stroke.
Yeah. I thought he was going to have to come in and bring in the paddles.
Well, there are a couple of things here. Number one, and I'll get back to the Knicks here in a minute as I teased a second ago, but you mentioned the 16th pick. Also, I do want to talk about this because I didn't get a chance to talk about it with you the other day. The fact that they made the Jermaine Johnson trade that they did, I love that trade. I absolutely love that trade for the Jets. I think that's a terrific trade. T'Vondre Sweat, I think, is a really good player inside. Now, a couple of years ago, when he was coming out of Texas, there was the big question of, can he be somebody who can keep his weight under control? Because he was, 370, something like that. These 2 years has actually shown himself to be a pretty solid interior defender, and they are completely changing the dynamic of what this defensive line is going to be, and it's going to fit better. And to you, at the same time, knock $14 million off the cap for the coming year and create that much cap space. And you also had a pretty good idea that if you were going to take an edge rusher at 2, that you could trade one of those guys away, and I think they did really well in that trade. Darren Muji, I know it hasn't shown up in the wins and losses yet. He's done a pretty nice job here so far.
I mean, in positioning and getting a new hand. It's like when you're playing poker and you're like, give me 3. He's like, man, give me 50. You know what I'm saying? You thought you had
or more appropriately, give me 53.
Yeah, give me 50, man. I'm good with Garrett. I'll hold on to Fashanu. Yeah, give me 50.
Yeah. Listen, I thought it was a really good trade for them, and I thought it was something that could really help them.
And it was appropriate, right? Because that trade, I think, is to say we're not going to get bullied. We're not going to get pushed around. I think that Aaron Glenn thought that, hey, we're a small football team. We need to get bigger. Like when the Jets came out the bus last year, they had nobody that created fear, right? You need to get a bigger team. Like this fat boy, you know what I'm saying, is going to create some fear because he's going to be paired up with a smart veteran learning from Phillips. And then Briggs is a star that we didn't know could rush the passer, right? So, like, now you're talking about that can that bridge be the 5 technique. If you want to put him at the traditional nose, like this guy was rated the number 4 run stopper in all of football. I'll say that again. He was rated the number 4 run stopper in all of football.
Yeah.
That's nothing to sneeze at when you think about the tremendous defensive tackles, the Leonard Williams of the world, right? The Hargraves of the world, right? The Miltons of the world, right? When you consider like the Armsteads, you know what I mean? When you think about, or the Jalen Carters, he was number 4.
So when you are the Tennessee Titans and you make that trade away, it's not because of the player's ability. It's because you've just hired Robert Saleh and you're trying to shift that defense, and he's trying to get players who are going to fit his defense more.
Right.
And he has a high degree of belief in Jermaine Johnson, who had his best year under Saleh.
Well, you only need one, right? So, you only need one dominant defensive tackle. What you need outside guys that can fire off the ball, right? So you got Jermaine Johnson. They may just draft another one, right? They may draft a guy like Bailey, or they may draft a guy like Arvell Reese, or they may draft a guy like the Bailey kid. Not the Bailey kid, the Falk kid, right? That can just fire off the ball to pair with Jermaine Johnson. So now you got an expensive guy that you're going to have to pay next year and another guy you'll have to pay for a while because they don't need a dominant Quinnen Williams because they got one in Jeffrey Simmons.
So here's the question. As Kev brings up and Seth bring up in the chat over at the ESPN New York YouTube channel, hopefully he can be like Chris Jenkins or Snacks Harrison. Is he that kind of guy?
Well, I think he's more like a Snacks nobody.
He's a space eater, right?
And let me repeat that. Nobody. Very few people that I've ever seen or played with was Chris Jenkins.
Yeah.
And the people that I named that is Hainsworth when he was on a contract year, Haloti Ngata, Big Baby Davis, and maybe you can say Chris Jones. Outside of that, I'm sorry, you can say Aaron Donald as well as far as dominant defensive tackles. 6'5", 380, Dancing Bear, that's a different story.
That was Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, that's Chris Jenkins.
He's not in Chris Jenkins' ballpark.
Yeah, but
that's
very
fair.
few people were. But that doesn't mean he's not good.
That's fair. Number 2, you brought up the 16th pick. So if the Jets are definitively going with a pass rusher at number 2, whether it's Bailey, whether it's Arvell Reese, whether even if it was, I'll throw Styles in there for the hell of it, but if it's any of those guys, then what are you looking at 16? Because we are going to continue to see over the coming months, depending on what happens in free agency, that the Jets are going to get linked to Ty Simpson quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not touching that. I'd much rather get a Malik Willis on a 2-year deal where I can get rid of it, or you know what I'm saying. Or So I'm doing Malik Willis or somebody like that, and then I'm looking to potentially get like a receiver. I need a receiver. And if I can draft a receiver, because receivers are like $42 million, I know that you have, like, you got I Mitchell, who's a big guy, but he's a 4.3 40. Garrett Wilson, that's a 4.3. Now I'm getting speed. And, Lemon may drop to them at 16. They have options that way to try and get a dynamic receiver to pair with Garrett Wilson. You know what I mean? So I'm going there. Like, I think you can get a safety. Like, I'll be looking for Cam Carroll or somebody in free agency.
Cam Curl?
Yeah, I'll be looking for a guy like Cam Curl because I want my safety to already be established, right? And safeties don't cost that much money. It's one of those positions where it's not one of these overly priced positions.
So the guys at wide receiver, if you're talking about 16, that you would hope would be there would be a guy like Lemon, who we said is not as big. I believe he's 5'11", but he's a slot guy.
But that's what I'm saying. But you have I Mitchell for that. I Mitchell is like 6'3".
Yep. Denzel Boston, who is Washington.
Yep.
And then I don't think Tyson or Tate will make it down to 16.
Somebody, listen, every year what we talk about, somebody's going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's going to fall. And the Jets are going to be in a position at 16 to either drop down further and get somebody picked because somebody's going to come up and be looking for like one of these pass rushers, right? Like, you could probably safely say it's going to be one quarterback taken, one wide receiver taken, one running back taken. It's probably going to be 4 or 5 defensive ends taken. It's going to be maybe 4 or 5 defensive ends taken. That leaves a lot of space for a lot of receivers to fall.
I'm going to throw out one other thing here.
It's going to be some left tackles taken too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by the time, like, I think it's only going to be 1, maybe 2 receivers taken in the first 16.
So there are 2 guys that I would keep an eye on at 16. And when we talked last week about the absurdity of taking Caleb Downs at the number 2 pick, it was because you cannot be the Jets and take a safety at number 2 when there are so many other needs.
Correct.
Might be able to do it at 16.
Yeah, that you can.
And I'm going to give you 2 guys. One of whom I saw both of them play this year in person. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, who's from Toledo. He is a really good safety.
Is he a Super Ball hawk?
Yeah. Really good safety.
And he's going to slip through the cracks just simply because people are going to look at his pedigree.
He is 6'2", 200 pounds. Again, went to Toledo, but they had, who was Quinyon Mitchell went to Toledo too.
And he's maybe one of the best in the league.
The other guy is Dylan Thieneman from Oregon. Thieneman was a really good safety, and I think he ran pretty well over the weekend. He's listed as the number 2 safety, but overall like the 26th overall pick.
So here's
26th overall player.
Here's the only rebut that I would have for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you can get a bunch of safeties are going to drop, I'll use that 33rd pick for that. If I'm gonna go defense, with that, then I'm going to the top corner. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to the top corner then, if that's the case. Because just think, if you can fix it, you're talking about fixing this defense, you pretty much fixed the defensive line, right? You pretty much fixed the defensive line. Now you telling me that I can get a young safety that I can mold and develop, and I can get a young corner. I'm good now. And now, we'll see what they do in free agency because that'd be a big signal about what they want to do. But you need 2 safeties, so I'll still go Cam Curl.
So there are 2 things here at corner. There are 2 players from Tennessee who are the top 2 guys outside of Delane from LSU.
Yeah.
Now, one of them is Jermod McCoy, who tore his ACL at the beginning of the year in January, did not play this past year.
See, but here's the thing, though. This is why I like that, right? And a guy like that may fall. You don't see him falling all the way to the 2nd round, but it's a possibility he may be there at 33. And you really got to do your research about what you think people are going to do. And I know it's hard to get in other people's heads, but he may fall that way. And that's when your advanced scouting comes. And how healthy is that knee, right? Because you have Thomas and you have Stevens on the outside, you can wait for a player. If you think the talent is, if he was healthy last year, he would be number 1. if that's kind of what you're saying, he would be number one if he probably had a healthy year because of what he did the year before. Then that allows you to say, hey, I can take that pick and take that chance because I don't have to play him immediately, and he can mess around and be value for that pick.
So the other one is Colton Hood from Tennessee, who I did see play as well, and he is somebody that I think would fit exceptionally well. The knee thing, I never know what to make of that.
But when they're that young, I have no issues. Like usually, you recover from a knee pretty easy when you're that young. You snap back pretty fast.
Well, he did it in January of last year, and now it's
2025.
Yeah,
and so he missed all of 2025.
Correct.
Man, what are we talking about?
Not a big deal to you.
Yeah, not at all.
That's with McCoy. And I'll tell you, I completely understand looking at the best corner. My only question is, are there good enough corners to justify it versus the quality of the safeties?
Well, it don't matter because I think whatever you do, you flip-flop it. Either you get the best possible person. If the best possible person there is at safety, then you take the safety and say, hey, I know I can get a really good guy with the number 30. The Jets basically have 3 first-round draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't think that the Jets are going to go out and say, we got rid of Sauce and got rid of that contract. Now we just going to give it another big contract to a Tariq Woolen or somebody like that. Like you say, hey, no, I'm going to replace that.
I would not pay Reek Woolen.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I would keep it still keep it relatively cheap for myself. Right. So you do that by actually drafting them.
The other thing I wanted to go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, the Knicks and what we saw yesterday, which was absolutely fantastic. And now we can shine it up, everybody. There is one very, very cool little path that the Knicks have got to winning a championship, and that is if they can find a way to get to the finals and face the San Antonio Spurs. So what does that mean? It means they got to get the Pistons knocked out by somebody else, and it means that San Antonio has to take care of business against Oklahoma City, who I think they have beaten 4 out of 5 times this year, including in the NBA Cup. So the Spurs, for whatever reason, have not been a good matchup for the Knicks. Now, look, I'm saying a lot of this tongue-in-cheek. I'm not buying into the Knicks thoroughly being into the Spurs category yet. Yes, they have beaten them 3 times this year. What I would say to that is simple, or they end up winning that game by 2 on New Year's Eve. They were up big, and either they won it or they lost it late. They lost that game on New Year's Eve, but they were up like 15 or 16 in the third quarter on the road down in San Antonio. Anyway, point being, they were in a very good position to win that game, and they match up well. But my concern has more to do with the overall consistency of the Knicks. And when I hear Victor Wembanyama say this, pardon me for raising an eyebrow, okay?
I was surprised. It feels like they're a good basketball team. They're not like the nastiest ugly team, you know? They're not an ugly team to watch, but they made our game ugly.
Yeah, there were 2 chuckles in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got the Frenchmen, like the soft Frenchmen, they're cute.
He just
team.
patted the Knicks on the head.
Yeah, they're a cute team. You know, they're not nasty. You know, they're really much some little softies. You know, and we'll pay appropriate attention if we cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, we'll see if they show up. We'll see if they're the ones that we have to be concerned with. But there was no part of what he said in that made me think that there was a massive respect that had been built for the Knicks over what's transpired this year.
It's like, and I'm sure every great coach will be like, listen, we're tired, we'll give you one, but we may have to see this team, and this is how we beat them. They'll have a game plan for them. Pretty much how they said they had a game plan against OKC, and then OKC flipped the script on them because they open their mouth too much. Oh, we got to tell about what they do, and then now the games are a lot harder. I think they're going to say, hey, we'll pay them attention, but I think they're not giving the Knicks to just do. I really love how Mitchell Robinson plays against them because I don't mind Mitchell Robinson getting switched off on Wemby. Mitchell Robinson, his lateral quickness or movement or anticipation as a defender, I think is so far underrated with his ability to be at the three-point line against guys that can dribble in space and stay in front of him. He's just got to learn how to shoot free throws late so we can have him stay in the game so we don't have to deal with the hack-a-mitch.
ESPN New York, the YouTube channel is what you have to subscribe to. Stream the full weekday lineup live. Watch complete replays or catch up fast with can't miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now and stay locked in so you never miss a moment. Eitan Tomlinson in the chat. Keep that attitude versus the Knicks, Wemby. I'll tell you. I love the chatter, and I love the confidence. I love how much of it is there. When I just look straight at talent, the matchup might be nice, but there's no question the Spurs are still a better team than the Knicks, even though they've lost to them a few times.
Yo, Castle, man, is special. I love Cal. I didn't know he was this nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he be coming through the lane like I'm about to dunk on everybody.
Castle's a pain in the ass. Dylan Harper's really good.
And he's getting
better. Dylan Harper's very smooth.
How the hell can Rutgers not win a championship with these dudes, man? This is ridiculous.
Now, let's not get back into that. That was a rough year last year.
I hate to see what? You played for who? Y'all went where?
Don't hate.
Yeah, it's in my nature.
I'm the one saying don't hate. I hate on everybody. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Let's hit it. How about Gilberto on the truck is up on ESPN New York. What's up, Jay?
What's up, my guys? What's up, Big C? Looking sharp there, buddy. Keep it up. You're looking good. Forget the haters. There's always going to be haters. Carlin, I'm 62, brother. And let me tell you something. If I tell you what I do to keep my skin nice and toned, no wrinkles, I put olive oil with vitamin E combined.
Ooh.
I also, when I finish that,
wait a minute, am I wrinkled all of a sudden? I didn't know it.
Yo, man, I'm 62, brother. That's why I wanted to see you guys on that day in the city, man, on 30th Street. But I'm gonna attend the next one.
But Carlin's skin is so stretched out that we don't know if he has wrinkles until he loses another 30 pounds.
You'll see me. You'll see me soon enough, brother. And you're gonna say, "Oh, Sweat, 62. That boy's in shape." Bro, head to toe.
No, we weren't talking about. I was talking about Carlin. I wasn't talking about you. I didn't say your hair was full.
Carlin looking good, man. Carlin from last year.
Big
Carlin looking strong.
All right, everybody calm down.
With you, Bart. Bart, we tightened up the screws. We twerking the defense so we can shut down that Detroit basketball. Yesterday was a showing, regardless of what Wemby said. We locked his team down, and we're twerking the defense. We're coming after Detroit basketball.
Okay.
Listen to G.
Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. And that's why I pre-tip. That's why I'm pre-tip.
Bart threw a $20 bill in the tip jar after, or not even tip jar, the Pistons fine jar after he just decided to knock that out of the park early in the week, so he has some room to work with.
Just because I knew that after the Spurs win that they were going to come after me, I knew I was going to get attacked.
Well, but we weren't attacked so much. It was the Spurs.
Yeah, that's what. No, but I knew that they were going to come with the Detroit, like, yeah, this is the best team. We back, we ready. And so I was ready, just in case.
Look, you don't have much to say about it. I mean, you don't have to say much. They've beaten them.
Listen,
they've pounded them into oblivion each time they played them.
But here's the thing. For our show in particular, the best case scenario for us is Knicks. I think the best case scenario for the NFL is Pistons and Knicks. It is so many cross storylines, historical franchises, crazy fan bases. I would love nothing more. And when you get to that point, may the best team win. I definitely would love to see that. I mean, I think rivalry renewed. I think the dynamic story about the regular season versus now experience. Like I'm so accustomed to watching, like, not just the Pistons, but even the Bulls. I'm watching the Pistons can't get past Boston. Then they learn and they grow. The Bulls can't get past the Pistons, right? Or whatever. I would love for this to be a rivalry and these teams to kind of battle it out for the next 2 to 3 years, and it be heavyweight fights going both ways. Because I love the personalities. I love the coaching staff. I love the fact that it's a relationship between Brown and Bickerstaff. And, that whole thing will be great for us.
Jerome, East Orange next, ESPN New York. Jerome.
Hey, what's going on, man? I disagree with the take in regards to the Spurs and the Knicks, but I'm going to say this, man. I got an opportunity to watch Castle's dad play. He went to Far Rockaway High School, like in the late 80s, early 90s, and his dad was a hell of a basketball player. If you got some guys calling in from New York who went to Far Rockaway High School or saw high school basketball back in the late 80s, early 90s, Stacey Castle was a baller. Trust me on that. But go Knicks, man, all the way.
Okay.
Huh? Did his dad only play in high school?
He didn't miss anything there.
Did he? I was lost. Tom?
No.
Ray?
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit lost after that.
Yeah.
Initially, he was trying to say, he was disagreeing with you guys when you said that the Spurs are better than the Knicks. He says, no, the Knicks are better than the Spurs.
Yeah, LeBron was a baller in high school, too. What about Bronny? Although he had 17 the other day.
Yeah, who cared? There's all right, what was the prop bet?
I love all these numbers that come out of the G League, too, by the way. So-and-so had 58 points, and then the next day they get promoted. And DNP, coach's decision. Derek and Hillside next on ESPN New York. Derek, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? I'm still a little bit confused over that last call, but at the end of the day, I'm surprised that you looked at take, Bart, on saying that you could see Spurs and Knicks. I feel like it's going to be Spurs and Detroit this year. I really could see that.
Yeah.
By the way, they kicked on y'all last week pretty good. Last week I asked y'all about some NFL news. Matter of fact, it was you and I think Carlin was on vacation. Hope you had a good time on vacation, Carlin, by the way.
Thank you.
I was asking y'all about the NFL draft news. No problem, man. I asked you about Love and Babe. But after I did my little analysis of looking over the weekend and the signs and looking at some highlights and looking at some film, I fall in love with Sonny Styles at number 4 for my Titans, man. I really hope that they make the right decision. I've been hearing about some trade rumors with Jermaine Edmonds, which would be a pretty good addition as well.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of, it's a bit of sweet feeling for me that we traded away Devondre Sweat because I really was a Devondre Sweat fan. And one thing I hate as a Titans fan, these fans will tell you that he was terrible, but forget about the rating that he had as a run defender.
Right.
And he managed to get 3 sacks. Everybody keeps saying he's not that, good rushing the passer, but for getting 3 sacks in the 2 years he already been in the league is pretty good in my eyes.
Yeah,
but what I want from you, Bart. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said especially the fact that the Titans are never got a lead.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what I want to get from you two guys, with between Sonny Styles, and probably the next linebacker that's up, is there a big gap? Because I hear you both you guys talk about value, and if you could get a guy probably a position of value later in the draft, you don't have to be so steady on getting him in the first round. Is there really that much of a big gap with the linebacker group? Or
So from Styles, the drop-off goes down to
Rodriguez ain't a drop-off.
It kind of is.
It's like a player of the year.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just talking about as a prospect.
Yeah, I think Styles,
Reese and Styles are the best 2 linebackers.
Yeah, and I think both of them are inside linebackers.
Right.
Or could be inside linebackers, but we project that Styles is going to be an outside linebacker.
And we kind of think Reese, they might move to edge.
Right. I think Styles is bigger than Reese, so if he can do it, why wouldn't Styles be able to do it?
The gap between Sonny Styles and the linebacker from Georgia, C.J. Allen, is probably about, in terms of linebackers, they're 2 and 3. In terms of overall players, it's pretty sizable. It's a pretty sizable thing.
Yeah, but I think when you think about Rodriguez, though, he's a traditional, just straight-up inside linebacker. Yeah. That's going to get the green dot. It's going to call the plays, and he's tremendous in pass zone coverage. So that's something that people want. He ran a 4.57, which is tremendous for him.
Oh, yes. Upcoming, my friends, we have got a nice little dose of Sideline to Sideline. And we will hear from someone who has been criticized quite a bit for having to mature. That is on the way. I want to remind you, though, that you can see Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Irish Exit, Moynihan Train Hall, Friday, March 13th, before the semifinal round of the Big East tournament. Stop by before heading into the Garden or before your commute home. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Irish Exit, Moynihan Train Hall, starting 3 p.m. Friday, March 13th, just steps away from Madison Square Garden and Penn Station. It's brought to you by Schweppes. Above the rim refreshment. Feel the madness. Refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale by Sam Adams and Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Available at Bourbon and Branch and Taylor's Pub. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every night. And now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost. Here's how it works. Build any college hoops parlay you like. The early tip, the rivalry game, the ranked matchup, the late night West Coast shootout. Mix spreads, totals, props, whatever fits your read of the slate. Then just apply your profit boost and instantly bump up that potential payout. Go safe, go spicy, go with the team you've been following all season. It's your parlay, your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Minimum 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable Boost Builder tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Start with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
San Antonio throws it away. Harper forced to pass inside. Read by Bridges will go coast to coast for a two-hand slam.
Are you starting to believe in the Knicks again after 2 convincing wins over the weekend?
Just being who I am, you know what I'm saying? I think my energy comes off defense and offensive flow is going to happen. I think just being locked in on defense is going to eventually get the offense going as well.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios-based monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh and clean.
So it's kind of counterintuitive what I'm going to tell you here before we get to sideline with Tom here in a sec. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Connor Hughes of SNY says that Dexter Lawrence is, quote, untouchable in trade talks, barring insane return value. Multiple sources who met with the Giants said they came away believing Lawrence, barring insane return value, was untouchable. Okay, that's one thing. But then we have Jordan, who the other day said he would not be surprised if there was major roster turnover with the Giants in some surprising places. Like, to me, that means Dexter Lawrence. Like, where else does that mean if you're the Giants? Like,
Kayvon Thibodeau?
But that wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, but it's equivalent to a Jermaine Johnson type of trade.
Yeah.
Like, do you give him to somebody that's desperately? Do you give him to the Detroit Lions, who just got a pick back from trading David Montgomery? Can you get a couple picks and maybe a player from a team like that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That could be a smart move.
What else though would possibly be something that the Giants would consider trading that would be surprising? It's not going to be Andrew Thomas.
Yeah,
it's not going to be Malik Neighbors. It's not going to be any of those kind of guys.
A Carrick and take Sonny Styles.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's somebody like Paulson Adebo or
they just signed him. That'd kill them on the salary cap.
Yeah, I don't know.
So a guy like a Carrick.
My point is, like, I don't know who that would be.
They go trade a Carrick and then sign the probably recently cut Patrick Queen. Remember, Patrick Queen balled out for Harvard. I know. Just took Roquan Smith to come and do the heavy lifting.
Took a year off this year.
2 years.
Here's Tom with a little sideline to sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Oh, Tom Bauer, please go right ahead and take the floor.
Are you trying to be like an announcer there, or were you about to sneeze?
No, I was just doing this for some reason. By the way, I did think it was odd that you did try to do the power hour thing. It was a little dangerous, Tom, if you're, Bart, did you take any personal offense to that? I mean...
I did not.
Okay. It's saying you're simulating
you mean this?
Patterns of other races, Tom?
Hour! Meanwhile, I was at a doctor's appointment getting checked for CTE, and Tom may have it.
Wow. I'm also seeing this on the page where you apparently impersonated me with the power hour. That's not nice.
Well, we give you an A for trying, but, maybe also not impersonate other people's races, too. Hi, Tom. Go ahead.
And you're right. Before we dive back into the Combine, here's some around the league news for you guys. A little update on the David Montgomery trade. Of course, the Texans acquired him earlier today. The Lions are getting back a fourth-round pick, Juice Scruggs, that's an offensive lineman, and a seventh-round pick from the Texans. Some offensive tackle news. The Chiefs have informed Juwan Taylor he's going to be released before the start of the league year. That's barring a trade. That would save the Chiefs $20 million under the cap. And some other offensive line news. Texans and Browns have agreed to a trade to send Titus Howard to Cleveland in exchange for a fifth. Titus Howard's going to get a 3-year, $63 million extension by Cleveland by virtue of they need some offensive line help desperately.
Jamar Taylor, was he playing left or right?
He was playing right.
That's what I thought.
Always offside. Remember, they got the Simmons kid last year.
Right. What I'm curious about for the how quickly for the Chiefs is how quickly could they turn it back around? Like, as I'm looking at the Chiefs.
It can be immediate. They ain't created so much space, so much money. Man, they can take Tyreek Hill. Yeah, listen, we know a team that, they can turn around in a heartbeat, in my opinion.
So I'm just looking at it, right? Like they have work to do on the cap. They reworked the Mahomes deal, right?
Yep.
They're going to create some there.
Jawan Taylor's going to create a lot.
Jawan Taylor's going to create about $20 million. But then you've still got guys like Chris Jones you can't do anything with. Nick Bolton, you don't really do anything.
Nick Bolton.
They're not going to get rid of him. What I'm saying is it's very hard in places here for them to create much cap space. I mean, I hate to say it, a place where they might be able to do it would be Trent McDuffie. Do you want to do that? No.
You value.
I mean, Trent McDuffie's a good player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You value him.
My point is that it's very difficult, it looks like at least, for them to open up a ton of space other than the Taylor number. Because that was an easy one to do. Beyond that, Jalen Moore maybe, but I doubt that. Anyway, next.
All right. Well, as I try and fix your camera, Chris, I'm going to tell you.
What's wrong with my camera?
I tried to shift it to the left about a centimeter, and it decided to just do like pretty much a 180. Completely
so now it's
off
looking
of
at the wall?
Oh, no, it's looking at you partially. But
okay.
We're going to get that fixed in a second here.
Because I keep shifting side to side. I'm kind of, let's see. I move around a little bit.
You're going side to side, and we're going sideline to sideline. I see what you did there.
Okay.
At any rate, some Vikings news. Jeremy Fowler tweeting out earlier that Kyler Murray and Geno Smith are strong considerations for them at quarterback. Tua and Kirk Cousins are on their radar as well. More importantly right now, though, they have informed Aaron Jones and Javon Hargrave that barring any trade, they will both be released at the start of the league year this month. Jones' release saves the Vikings $7.75 million. Hargrave's release will save them about $11 million.
See, here's what I'm
curious
about.
They traded Hargrave already? Oh, Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota.
That's crazy. I tell you what, that just makes the Sam Darnold thing even worse. They went all in for Hargraves because they thought they had a championship team and they were going to be able to do it, but they didn't get it, and now they know with J.J. McCarthy, they're in trouble.
So it's now Cousins, it's now Malik Willis, it's now who is the other we mentioned as a possibility, Tom?
Fowler said specifically Kyler and Geno are strong considerations. Tua and Kirk are on their radar.
Listen, I still believe Kyler's the best of the group that's available. The Malik Willis thing, we got to get into that. Because as much as people are high on him, and I know you are too.
Yeah.
Dude's made 6 starts in his career. And made basically 1 start this past year. So.
But his filling time, man, is if it's anybody that seems like they figured it out and has matured.
Love got hurt some against the Giants. He played some against the Giants.
I'm talking about the efficiency in which he's gone and his ability and his timing to when to run and use his legs. I mean, listen, he kicked the hell out of Bart. I ain't never seen Baltimore look so confused, and they like.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to take a risk on somebody who looks like they can throw the ball down the field and also read coverage. See, the problem with Justin Fields will give you the Malik Willis thing, like, oh, wow, look what he just did with his legs. But he'll never give you, like, man, look at him throwing the ball with timing and rhythm. And look, he was shredding the Ravens apart.
We're going to get deeper into this. We got Phil Simms joining us every Wednesday at noon, beginning this Wednesday. And we're going to be talking about quarterbacks in the draft, but we're also going to be talking about this week, specifically quarterbacks in free agency. And Phil loves Malik Willis, and I'm really interested to talk about how he could potentially fit the Jets and whether or not this is too risky of a proposition when you're going to be talking about $35 million. Anyway, next.
All right, Chris, you teased this one going to break. An interesting quarterback prospect is Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. Could have won the Heisman this year if it were not for other people who were just simply better than him. But he did lead his team.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. I was looking for a transition, and I overthought that one. At any rate, Diego Pavia, he's in the media a lot. He's going to talk about that. He's also going to be talking about how he's grown in his maturity.
Coach Lee always preached your frontal lobe isn't fully developed until you're 25, and I just turned 24, so I got like 360 more days to go.
Okay, I just need to stop there before I get into the other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
that was
brilliant.
Wild.
Huh?
I said that was wild.
That was brilliant from Pavia.
Is he old? Is he old as hell? Like, basically, just remind everybody that you're up for contract already.
Yeah, and
that you're about to be 30.
And not only that, he's 5'9" and 3/4.
Yo,
5'9".
I think Tom. I think a better representation of that and intriguing because, like, do you turn him to a receiver? Is that damn kid from Arkansas that ran a 4.37, like 6'5"?
The quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback from Arkansas with the cornrows ran a 4. He like 6'5". He ran a 4.37. Like, does he play quarterback in the league, or does he? He's a guy that you got to go back and you got to reevaluate.
Oh, Talon Green.
Yeah, you got to say, hey,
Yeah.
like, you got to go back and reevaluate. Like, hold on, you 6'5", you run a 4.37. Can you throw?
That's another guy that Phil actually likes that we'll get into. Phil saw some of him play. I got confused with where he went to school, but I haven't seen him at all. I can't tell you a damn thing about Talon Green.
I'm like, who the hell is this?
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to be comparing him to Anthony Richardson.
See, there you go. Because he ran a 4.7 and he a black guy.
Tom, why are you getting into your racist tendencies again?
Right.
I mean, it's amazing.
At this point, you're not even hiding it, Tom.
You're really not. You're like Twitter. Next.
More from Diego Pavia. Why are you in the media so much?
One thing about me is I don't care what people think about me. God has a plan for me regardless. The way the media is, they're supposed to put out clickbait and things like that. That's how people get views and that's how people make money. I understand that. And so like people will twist a story and try to put out bad media to get clicks, good media to get clicks. That's just what today's world that we live in. So I'm just adjusting to the new world.
How do you twist a guy saying F the voters after he lost to Heisman? We don't need to spin that one, bud. You did that all on your own.
Here's the crazy thing. I don't even remember him being at Heisman Trophy. Like, this was the most, this was the weakest Heisman Trophy. Half the people that was there wasn't even in the beginning of the conversation at the beginning of the year. It was like they were there by default.
Next.
One more. This is pretty much a confirmation at this rate, but Fernando Mendoza, of course, going number 1 overall. He spoke at the Combine about possibly being mentored by Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't admired Tom Brady? The guy has, more Super Bowl rings than anybody. That opportunity would be fantastic. Tom Brady, I believe, is the greatest quarterback of all time by a wide margin, and to be able to have the opportunity to be mentored by him, it would mean so much, and especially to learn, and I'm all about learning. So from day one, I got to learn a lot, and it's going to be a long journey, and to potentially have a mentor like that would be pretty impressive and pretty meaningful.
I'm curious as to how Brady would be as a mentor. I know he's talked to guys over the years, but I really wonder how much Brady can impart of being himself on somebody else. Because so many times they say the great players can't be coaches.
Yeah.
And it's not because they can't physically do something, but Brady to me strikes me as somebody that's going to get frustrated with anybody that does not have his killer mentality.
You think Mendoza gets like more than one question passed to Tom Brady, different from his backup?
Oh, when Brady was the quarterback in New England and told the backups you get one question a week, and that question might be, how you doing? Okay, that's one.
Hey, can you pass me the tartar sauce? Damn!
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Jack Doyle's with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Thunder, Jack Doyle's is your destination. The party tips off at 6:30 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 240 West 35th Street to cheer on your Knicks. Enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials and cool prizes all game long at Jack Doyle's.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey Yankees fans, 2026 Yankees individual game and group tickets are on sale now at yankees.com/tickets. Next season's home schedule is highlighted by interleague games against the Dodgers, Braves, and Cardinals. As always, we'll host the annual series of games against the Mets, as well as baseball's best rivalry with the Red Sox. Don't miss out on all the exciting action in the Bronx. Get your 2026 Yankees tickets today at yankees.com/tickets.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
Rich Eisen here. For small businesses, every hire counts, and so does your time. Hiring can quickly become overwhelming, from sorting applications to figuring out who's truly qualified. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps. It streamlines the process so you can focus on connecting with the right candidates, not managing the noise. Hire right the first time. Post your job and get $100 off towards your job post at linkedin.com/Eisen. That's linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
New York soccer fans, are you ready? Saturday, March 7th, NYCFC opens up the season at home against Orlando City. Kickoff set for 2:30 p.m. at Yankee Stadium. It's an Eastern Conference matchup that you do not want to miss as New York City FC returns to the Bronx. Be there when the boys in blue take the field for the first time this season at home. For your chance to be there in person, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app. Tickets are available now. Ticketmaster.com/NYCFC. Let's get D in Jersey in on the phone lines at 800-919-3776. D, what up, baby? D!
How you doing, man?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to talk about the drive with the Jets at 16. I really hope they don't take Ty Simpson. I really think Kenyon Sadiq would be a great addition at 6'3", 240, running the 4-3, along with Garrett and AD, and you add another receiver, somebody like a Chris Ball or, Brazel from Tennessee. With Breece, I think the offense would be explosive. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, the Chris Ball, the kid from Louisville who got hurt, yeah? That guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Because he'll be in the late second round, third.
He's a good player. He's a very productive player. Harry would know a lot more about him than we would. But, yeah, I know that he could not participate late in the year because he did get hurt late in the season, but put up ridiculous numbers at Louisville this year. The Kenyon Sadiq is a beast. That guy is.
What position he play?
He's the tight end we were talking about from Oregon.
That man, he damn near broke the damn metrics.
Yeah.
Like between him, Styles, and Styles Jr.
But if you're the Jets, do you want to take a tight end at 16 when you took Mason Taylor last year?
Yeah, no, because guess what? I mean, that's a different guy. That's a straight up receiver. That's like a plump Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say no. That's still somebody that can help. Yeah, and you go into a Tiger type of formation. But I think
he is.
But I think
incredibly talented.
But I think I can get that. Well, we see the biggest mismatch is the tight ends. Like the people with these tight ends running these vertical routes, they've been virtually unstoppable when you think about like just in the NFL. But I think I can accomplish that for a relatively reasonable price. Just by signing Isaiah Likely.
Yeah. That number is probably going to be how much? 12 a year?
For Likely?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a horrible season last year.
He had a bad year.
So he'll be looking for like a 3-year deal to prove himself and to get his major deal at 28.
Because he's only 25 now?
He got to be around 25, so 3-year deal, like 28. Mm-hmm. That's when most people get their big deal going into like 28 to 32, so it'll be another 4-year deal. That's when he breaks the bank.
So I'll be very curious to see if it's him or the Giants who ended up with him first. Because if you're Isaiah Likely right now, would you trust more going with Harbaugh and with Jackson Dart, or would you trust more going with the Jets?
Well, Harbaugh is part of the reason I got screwed because he okayed them paying Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Before he knew he was going to get fired. And he also the guy that kind of phased me out for Kohler to block, and when he came back from injury, he wasn't in a lot of the personnel. So I don't know if he's super friendly to him that way.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. In just moments, it is the Michael K. Show. It's coming to you live, not taped, all live. And he will be with us momentarily, and then later on this afternoon, it is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Translation: you should be subscribed to the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you can catch all of the shows live each and every day.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Friday at Supply House at 1647 2nd Avenue starting at 9 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Supply House this Friday.